Minister Amit Shah's residence, and it was, of course, Home Minister that was very keen on these three seats, specifically Kalkaji, New Delhi Assembly constituency, and the Jangpura constituency as well. And Bharatiya Janata Party, clearly making their way ahead, and top giant, we can say, of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Parvesh Verma, of course, Chief Minister's space. Nothing had been said on that by the BJP top leadership as of now. But people over here, the supporters and the family members of Parvesh Verma, कितनी बड़ी जीत है आज परवेश साहिब से वर्मा की?
बहुत बड़ी जीत है हमारे लिए, हमारे पूरे परिवार के लिए, सबके लिए.
Giant killer. He's now being called a giant killer because he has defeated Arvind Kejriwal.
He deserves, absolutely. It's a giant, the biggest giant. I think.
बहुत काम किया है उन्होंने, बहुत दिल्ली के लिए करेंगे और करा भी है, और आने वाले समय में वो दिखा देंगे कि दिल्ली ने सही चॉइस की है.
Many are also saying that he is now the Chief Minister's face for the Delhi.
ये तो
He really deserves it. He really deserves it.
He deserves it.
You heard from the family members clearly saying that he deserves this victory because he has worked so hard. Ma'am, what went behind this victory of Parvesh Verma?
It's his vision, his value for Delhi, his value for Delhiites, nothing else. It's his dream to make Delhi a world-class city and Delhiites happy people. And obviously the Delhi which had become the gutter for last 11 years is up to becoming the Sone ki Chidiya again with his victory. Absolutely.
How was the hard work behind this victory? Arvind Kejriwal was the one who was the entire face of the Aam Aadmi Party, defeating him. Do you think that this is the biggest victory and biggest takeaway?
Yes, it is the biggest victory to, like, Arvind Kejriwal. It was itself like a big victory. Like maybe he wins with whatever votes, but still it's like standing against Kejriwal itself was a victory.
It's a challenge that he took, and he has emerged as a winner because Delhiites have emerged as a winner, and we will see the change now.
And people,
We'll see the change now is something that the family members clearly believes. So that's the success story behind Parvesh's support as well. The family members stood by him, the friends stood by him, and the workers now arriving over here. Of course, Parvesh now headed to Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. What would be that meeting all about? The next few days, strategic meetings will be taking place, certainly to choose the Chief Minister of Delhi.
Okay, thank you, Aishwarya. We'll keep coming back to you. Shazia Ilmi joins us. Shazia, this is an important day for you. You've been, in some ways, waiting for this day. Tell us what really went wrong with Arvind Kejriwal's brand of politics, and how do you see Aam Aadmi Party from here on?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that, yeah, as you said, there was a lot at stake for me emotionally. And you all are anchors and you do a great job, both of you. But I was also one of you at one point of time, and we thought there was a new hope. There was something in the air where we talked about the whole Inqilabi Fizza, as we called it then. And that day and this day. So for me and people like us, and there are many like us, who actually sigh a breath of relief. And we realized that finally Arvind Kejriwal, and as to how we know him and for what he is, has finally been exposed. This is a big day not just for BJP, but this is a big day for Delhi. Because for 10 years, what has gone on, 10 years and more, because even the first time around, he joined hands with Congress party. So this is huge, this is huge. The way they rose and the way they've fallen, it's a full circle. You know, life takes a full circle, and this is a full circle of Arvind Kejriwal's politics. And Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, CM and Deputy CM, and the ministers, all of them losing the way they have. It just shows that Delhi has understood the true nature and character of AAP. It is not about freebies. You know, you can keep saying Pani Maaf and Pani Half, but what about Pani that is Saaf? So this is a vote on many, many factors. Civic amenities most importantly. And I think, I heard Anna Hazareji speak today, and I think all of us felt very, very emotional. I mean, some of us gave up a lot from our lives in terms of not just financial resources, but time and our careers. So it is really a big vindication of all that. And I'm just glad people know this charlatan for who he is. Because he has just lied. It has only been about confrontation and conflict and creating chaos and abusing others.
We understand your sentiments, Shazia.
He did not do.
We understand your sentiments, but very sharp words coming in from someone who's a former Aam Aadmi Party
part of the foundation team, founding members of Aam Aadmi Party to now. Amitabh Tiwari, the question now will be asked that if these numbers hold, it is 48, it could go up to 50 now, because it's only upward trend, that's how it looks like. It's a landslide victory, it's a 2/3 victory for the BJP. It's not really a neck and neck context.
It's not a neck and neck contest in terms of the seat share, of course, because what it shows is that even amongst the core constituency of Aam Aadmi Party, which is the poor and lower socioeconomic voters, the BJP has been able to make a dent.
Yes.
What are the reasons? One is, of course, non-performance or non-delivery. Because a lot of people have moved from being a beneficiary of free bijli, now they are getting bills of electricity. That's happening, number one. Number two, the BJP said that they would match the cash doles or schemes of the Aam Aadmi Party. They would continue with the schemes. So these two factors, it seems that they have been able to make a dent in the poor and socio-economic vote base of the Aam Aadmi Party, as well as the civic issues. The MCD win has added a layer of anti-incumbents. So people are not very clear about, in Delhi, a lot of people, about the responsibility of central government, state government, and the MCD.
Right. Professor Shastri, I wanted to ask you this question. Delivery of schemes, you know, a BJP leader was explaining to me that information asymmetry is something that political parties often play on. If somebody sitting in Tughlakabad feels that somebody in Kalkaji is getting free electricity, so he keeps voting for the same party. But we've seen Jagan lose, we've seen KCR lose. How important is it for political parties who promise welfare to really be completely on that delivery model, you know, ensuring that it is intact?
Keep on doing it.
Not only is it important that that delivery model works, I think it's also important that the other factors in play also are taken care of. You took Jagan's example. Now, there was that delivery model which seemed to be quite successful, but there were other factors of the administration which was not something which the people were positively responding to. So, hoping that I win the election simply on one factor which you think you have implemented, I think does not go down with the voters very well. And in this particular case, I think you are clearly seeing the credibility quotient of the AAP after 10 years going down as a party, the credibility quotient of its leadership in terms of promise, in terms of delivery being impacted, and the expectation of the people that maybe if there is greater coordination between different levels of government, Delhi will be much more benefited. So I think if you add up all these factors, you see the basket which could have contributed to a voter deciding on this. And on final point, surveys are showing that nearly 1/3 of the voters said that we decided on who to vote for in the last few days. And the impact of budget, the impact of campaign, all seems to have also played a role in the verdict going the way it has gone.
Let's also get in the Congress spokesperson now, Charanjit Singh Sapra. Mr. Sapra, you know, Maharashtra elections, I remember talking to you, and there was, you know, a lot of despair for your party. But today there's some reason to smile because you have gained a little bit of the vote share that the Congress party lost in the last 10 years. But clearly, what does this mean for the opposition to BJP?
See, I feel majorly the verdict of Delhi, which is coming out now, it is showing that the politics of deceit is being defeated. It looks like an angry election whereby we are now seeing that the big guns of Aam Aadmi Party like Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodiya both have lost. And the other big guns are also probably losing. It's a vote for a change. It's a vote against Kejriwal. But Congress definitely has to introspect in Delhi that what is going wrong. Though our vote share is increasing, but the seats should also come. I feel after the entire result is out, our teams will sit seat-wise and they will introspect what has gone wrong and what are the future measures we should take. But largely the waterboutry of Kejriwal is defeated.
Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodiya have lost. Atishi, Saurabh Bhardwaj are trailing. So even if the Aam Aadmi Party gets the leader of opposition's chair, none of them can be in the house. So Aam Aadmi Party will have to look for a new face in the assembly is also becoming clear, which will also change the direction of the Aam Aadmi Party, because for the party, it was Mr. Kejriwal's brand. The Delhi model of governance that he spoke about, that will no longer be there.
Yeah, of course, the brand Kejriwal is definitely dented, and this will help Congress in other states also, like Punjab or maybe Goa, Gujarat, Uttarakhand. And we have to make a new strategy now after these Delhi results. Yeah.
I think it's the Congress building itself on the other opposition parties' reputation being at stake, rather than challenging the BJP itself.
No, it's not that way. No, it's not that way. It's not that way. See, we are not doing what you are saying. What I'm saying, we have to strategize. After every election, the strategies needs to change. There was a different strategy in Maharashtra, different strategy in Haryana. A lot of questions are raised on the election commission.
But Mr. Sapra,
there was
does
no
this
level
mean
playing
end
field.
of Aam Aadmi Party, Congress alliance anytime soon in the future? Gujarat elections are also coming up. Last time Aam Aadmi Party came second in almost 32 seats in Gujarat. Does this mean it's a policy decision to not really align with AAP any point in near future?
I feel the political scenario keeps changing. We have seen whereby the BJP and PDP have gone together in Jammu and Kashmir. We have also seen that there is a Mahavikas Aghadi in Maharashtra still, whereby nobody thought that Shiv Sena and Congress can come together. The scenario keeps changing. I'm not sure what will happen in future. We can't predict future today. So the issue is, let us wait, let us see, but we need to strategize in a different way for the further state elections.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Sapra. Mr. Tiwari, you know, these two big faces, like Maria was also pointing out, these two big faces losing elections means it's in some ways the end of Aam Aadmi Party in popular imagination. Although we all believe as people who follow politics that there is nothing called end of a political party. Political parties often find ways to divide themselves. But this is clearly the biggest challenge that the party is facing.
Yeah, of course, it pushes the Aam Aadmi Party's let's say, plans of expansion by clearly 5 years.
And do you see Bhagwant Mann flexing his muscles from here on?
Bhagwant Mann clearing his muscles, I'm not sure, but now Aam Aadmi Party will have a challenge at hand in the Punjab elections 2 years down the line, because see, Punjab, the government is still struggling to come back to terms with development and work there, because it's a tricky state. Aam Aadmi Party is the only state which has ruling a state with 44% of debt to GDP ratio in Punjab, highest, and the lowest with 3.7% debt to GDP in Delhi. See, what is likely to happen is that Maria was talking about the big names. I'm looking at the data. Gopal Rai is winning or leading by more than 20,000 votes. More than 20,000 votes. Right. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party will, of course, have to go back to the drawing board. This relationship between Congress and Aam Aadmi Party is fairly complicated. It's like a live-in. It's not a committed relationship, because even in Lok Sabha, they were allies in Delhi, but not in Punjab. But now, if you see the statements of the Congress spokespersons across channels, I think they something inside them is happy about this.
Absolutely.
Correct. Now, Aam Aadmi Party will try to extract revenge. Now, Aam Aadmi Party will go after Congress. You mentioned Gujarat, Rajasthan, etc. They are going to be, there's going to be a fierce battle between AAP and Congress.
If I could add to what Amitabh ji is saying, whenever Congress faced a series of routes from Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh onwards, the other members of the India coalition used to hit out at the Congress and say, you are responsible. Now the reverse is happening.
Verma's daughter is speaking. Let's cut across to her.
और आप सबके समर्थन के लिए वापस धन्यवाद। थैंक यू।
जिस तरह से अकाउंट खुला था शुरुआत में, जब ट्रेंड की तरफ लगातार बढ़ रहे हैं, तो उस वक्त की स्थिति क्या थी?
सब बहुत टेंस थे, लेकिन जैसा हम तीनों ने 4 दिन पहले भी बोला था, बहुत क्लियर कट विक्ट्री आएगी, बस सही वक्त का इंतज़ार था। दिल्ली वाले समझ गए कौन उनका मजाक उड़ा रहा है, कौन उनकी भावनाओं के साथ खेल रहा है। इस बार दिल्ली ने झूठ को विक्ट्री नहीं दी।
लगातार हनुमान चालीसा चल रहा है घर में।
पापा बहुत बड़े भक्त हैं हनुमान जी के, और हनुमान जी का साथ है, इसलिए हमें ये विक्ट्री मिली है।
Tiwari now, BJP MP from Delhi and also former Delhi BJP chief. मनोज जी, बधाई हो आपको, इतनी बड़ी जीत भाजपा को मिल रही है, आप लोग सबका उसमें कंट्रीब्यूशन है।
नहीं, वास्तव में दिल्ली की जनता का बहुत बहुत आभार है, दिल्ली की जनता का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद है। और ये जीत नरेंद्र मोदी जी के गारंटी की जीत है। मोदी जी ने ये सिद्ध कर दिया है कि अब मोदी जी के गारंटी पे देश के हर राज्य का विश्वास है। महाराष्ट्र में भी ऐसे हुआ, हमारे हरियाणा में भी ऐसे हुआ, और इसका कोई दो राय नहीं है अब कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी जब कुछ कह रहे हैं तो उसको एग्जीक्यूट भी कर रहे हैं, और उनके एग्जीक्यूशन पे, उनकी गारंटी पे प्रत्येक राज्य की जनता को विश्वास है। दिल्ली ने सिद्ध कर दिया।
जी, एक सवाल और अभी, क्योंकि अभी खबर आई है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया दोनों हार गए हैं, लेकिन गोपाल राय बहुत ही अच्छे मार्जिन से जीत रहे हैं, तो इसका क्या संकेत है? कैसे पढ़ रहे हैं आप इस डिफरेंस को?
देखिए, अरविंद केजरीवाल के हारने के बाद और कोई बात बची नहीं जाती है। अरविंद केजरीवाल तो ऐसा बोला करते थे, नरेंद्र मोदी जी को चैलेंज करते थे कि इस जन्म में आप नहीं हरा सकते हमें। अरे अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, आपको इसी जन्म में ऐसी हार मिलेगी और न जाने आपके इसी जन्म में कितनी हार मिलेगी। आप लोगों के केवल ईवीएम से नहीं हार रहे हैं, केवल वोट से नहीं हार रहे हैं, लोगों के दिलों से हट गए, नफरत है आपके प्रति, ये मेरा मानना है। और इसके लिए मेरा पूरा विश्वास है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जैसी सोच कोई भी नेता रखने के पहले 50 बार सोचेगा।
मनोज जी, 2013 में आप एक जायंट किलर की तरह उभरे थे शीला दीक्षित को हरा के। आज क्या आपको एक हिस्ट्री रिपीट इटसेल्फ वाला एक फीलिंग, आपको क्या वो वाली फीलिंग आ रही है?
हाँ, देखिए, कहते हैं ना कि सबके साथ समय के साथ उसके साथ न्याय होता है, और यही नई दिल्ली सीट है जहाँ से शीला दीक्षित को एक भ्रामक वादों के साथ अरविंद ने हराया था। आज प्रवेश ने उसी अरविंद केजरीवाल को उसी जगह से शिकस्त दे करके, मैं नई दिल्ली की जनता की जो सोच समझ है उसको प्रणाम करता हूं, और पूरे दिल्ली ने जो एक निर्णय दिया है वो कमाल का, इसकी बहुत तरह से समीक्षा होनी चाहिए। इसलिए मैं समझता हूं कि अरविंद केजरीवाल न सिर्फ अकेले हारे हैं, उनके साथ के महत्वपूर्ण 3-4 नेता भी चुनाव हार गए हैं, या कुछ लोग अभी हारने की घोषणा होने वाली है
जी।
इसलिए हमारा मानना है कि दिल्ली की जनता का नमन होना चाहिए, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को धन्यवाद है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी के इस गारंटी के लिए मैं बार बार हृदय से धन्यवाद करता हूं, जिस पर दिल्ली ने विश्वास किया।
आप निर्मला सीतारमण को भी बधाई दे सकते हैं।
नरेंद्र मोदी जी की बधाई में सबको बधाई है। जो बजट भी जो आया उसने बहुत बड़ा रोल निभाया
जी।
और हम जहाँ जहाँ जा रहे थे, हम जब जंगपुरा घूम रहे थे, जब हम मटियाला घूम रहे थे, जब हम अपनी लोकसभा के करावल नगर और मुस्तफ़ाबाद घूम रहे थे, तो लोग कहते थे कि 12 लाख रुपया अब उस इनकम पे टैक्स नहीं लगेगा। तो मोदी जी को, निर्मला जी को इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद है। और यही विश्वास खड़ा करता है ना कि जब जब मौका मिल रहा है, जनता के लिए काम कर रही है भारतीय जनता पार्टी, एनडीए की सरकार, और वो नई दिल्ली में उसका
और आपसे बात करते करते एक अहम मीटिंग भी हो रही है दिल्ली में। परवेश वर्मा अभी गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी के घर पर हैं और वहां पर मुलाकात कर रहे हैं। अमिताभ तिवारी का एक सवाल है आपके लिए।
मनोज जी नमस्कार, अमिताभ तिवारी बोल रहा हूँ, बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको। 2014-15 में हमने देखा और 2019-20 में भी, 2019-20 में भी कि भाजपा का एक सेक्शन ऑफ वोटर लोकसभा से आम आदमी पार्टी की तरफ शिफ्ट होता था विधानसभा में, और इसीलिए वो पार्टी जीत रही थी। तो ऐसा इस बार क्या हुआ कि आपने अपने वोट शेयर को, लोकसभा के वोट शेयर को ऑलमोस्ट होल्ड करके रखा और ये वोट शिफ्ट नहीं हुआ ज्यादा? तो क्या स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई आपने?
मोदी की गारंटी, वेलफेयर स्कीम, सब कुछ पहले था। अब तो 2020 में 8% का इजाफा हुआ था बिना किसी वेलफेयर स्कीम के बावजूद। तो मोदी की गारंटी जिसकी मैं बात अभी कर रहा था, वो बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है अमिताभ जी, कि महिला समृद्धि सम्मान, गरीब महिला को 2500 रुपये महीने, गर्भवती माता को 21,000, गरीब को आयुष्मान योजना देंगे। और ये जो महिला समृद्धि सम्मान, ये बहुत बड़ी गारंटी है। इसका किसी राज्य में बहुत बड़ा फर्क हुआ है और यही मोदी जी के प्रति विश्वास था। बस लोग उनके मुंह से सुनना चाहते थे और मोदी जी ने यह भी कह दिया था कि जो और कल्याणकारी योजना चल रही है वो जारी रहेगी। तो उसके बाद और कुछ नहीं चाहिए था अरविंद केजरीवाल की सरकार से लोगों को।
आज आप अपने अंदाज में इस विक्ट्री को बताइए, जरा कुछ सुनाइए हम लोगों के दर्शकों के लिए। ये विक्ट्री बहुत ही खास है, बहुत बड़ी विक्ट्री।
देखिए, नहीं, ये बहुत बड़ी विक्ट्री है और इस बहुत बड़ी विक्ट्री के बाद हमारी जिम्मेदारी बहुत बड़ी है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी को अगले 5 साल में मारिया जी हमको पूरा दिल्ली को उसकी खुशियां देनी है। हमको इसी 5 साल के अंदर जमुना जी में डुबकी लगनी है और लगवानी है। हमें इसी 5 साल के अंदर लोगों को साफ पानी घर घर देना है।
अपने अंदाज में कुछ सुनाइए ना। आपने तो गाना भी लिखा था दिल्ली के लिए।
नहीं, समझा नहीं मैं
अपने अंदाज में सुनाइए ना।
अच्छा। हाँ, हमने लिखा था ना।
हाँ, सुनाइए ना।
दिल्ली दिल में
कि बहाने नहीं बदलाव चाहिए था और दिल्ली में भाजपा सरकार चाहिए था। झूठ बोलने वालों पे प्रहार चाहिए था। दिल्ली में भाजपा सरकार चाहिए था। दंगे के दाग अब नहीं, यमुना में झाग अब नहीं। पीने को पानी साफ चाहिए, कूड़े का पहाड़ अब नहीं। मोदी की गारंटी की दरकार चाहिए था। दिल्ली में भाजपा सरकार चाहिए था। और जो भी मैंने कहा, जो भी शब्दों में गाया, वो सब कुछ दिल्ली की जनता ने साकार करके दे दिया।
All right, Manoj Tiwari, pleasure speaking to you. All of you will be heading to the BJP headquarters, and that's where the celebrations will happen. Prime Minister Modi will be arriving at 7:30 p.m. Our special broadcast continues. Lots of newsmakers lined up for you in the next few hours, so do stay with us. Vasudha will be continuing, and she'll be joined by Ankit in just a few moments.
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें एनडीटीवी का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो एनडीटीवी ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है, जानने के लिए देखिए हमारी स्वीट लव स्टोरी लव यापा आपके नजदीकी सिनेमा घरों में।
तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए बानी को दोगे और बानी तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए गौरव को दोगे।
और न्यूज के लिए कीप वॉचिंग एनडीटीवी।
हर 2 साल में फोन बदले जाते हैं गुच्ची।
एनडीटीवी ऐप नहीं।
Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmaker. NDTV keeps you ahead.
This week on India Ascends.
Bangladesh scraps Bongo Bandhu Mujibur Rahman's legacy. What next for Yunus's Islamist agenda? State set for big Modi-Trump meeting. Does immigration hold key to the new US-India relationship? Will India lead the way for the world's AI transition? And how could China's growing presence in Panama spell trouble for America?
All this and more only on India Ascends with me, Gauri Dwivedi, at these timings on the NDTV network.
Kind attention, please.
The future of Delhi isn't decided in speeches. It is decided at the ballot box.
BJP putting all its might to dethrone Aam Aadmi Party-led government in
दिल्ली की जनता ने विकास का रास्ता चुना, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व को चुना।
Hello everybody, we are bringing you all updates on the election outcomes of New Delhi elections, and after 27 long years the BJP is all set to form the government, and it's been a huge setback for the Aam Aadmi Party that's been in power in Delhi since 2013. All its big faces, two of those big faces, Arvind Kejriwal, the party supremo, and Manish Sisodia, the former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, have lost, and this is going to have larger implications not just on the politics of Aam Aadmi Party but also national politics with BJP coming to power in Delhi.
Something that the BJP has not been able to do for last 27 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's record of winning, elections in Gujarat as the Chief Minister, then as the Prime Minister, twice under him, the BJP failed to win Delhi. Now they have defeated finally the Aam Aadmi Party, and that record has also been cleaned as far as BJP is concerned. One thing is clear, ladies and gentlemen, in Delhi, life has come full circle for Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal, who came on the scene of Delhi with a bang, defeating Sheila Dikshit. He was the giant killer. Today, the role of David and Goliath have switched completely, with Parvesh Verma defeating Arvind Kejriwal with more than 1,200 votes as far as the New Delhi constituency is concerned. And Aam Aadmi Party, for them, something that they are not used to. Since the time they have been in inception, they have been in power in Delhi. Now a new chapter begins for the Aam Aadmi Party, of the party in opposition. How do they hold on to that? It will be very fascinating and interesting to see. We have a full panel of guests. Those who are with us, Amitabh Tiwari continues to be with us, have been number crunching continuously through this election, said it is going to be an election of triple M, middle class, Mahila voter and minorities, and we'll have to wait and see how that in fact has happened. Nirja Chaudhary, senior journalist, political analyst, is also with us at this moment. Sujata Pandey, political analyst, is with us at this moment, and joining us, Vasudha, is Mr. Prakash Javadekar,
BJP leader and former minister. Thank you, Mr. Javadekar, for joining us on this broadcast on this special day. First of all, congratulations to you, sir. Ek to 1952 se Jansangh jo hai has always been quite powerful and entrenched in Delhi, but this is a big highlight coming back after 27 long years. What do you think worked for the BJP? What do you think did not work for Arvind Kejriwal?
I think the good governance of Modi, because people always preferred good governance and have believed in Modi's leadership, that he does good for the country. For him, nation welfare is the only agenda. And therefore, they vote for us in full swing in parliament election. Unfortunately, last two assembly elections, this falsehood prevailed in Delhi, because you have never seen the kind of politics done by any party what Aam Aadmi Party did. It betrayed their own guru Anna Hazare. It was tremendous arrogance, loot, and falsehood, politics of falsehood. And therefore, after all, falsehood cannot thrive for long. They will have to be defeated, so they are got defeated now. And this is very clear message for good governance. If any party wants to do good for the country, then only people will elect. And isliye we will say Modi hai to mumkin hai.
But Javadekar Sahab, you were in charge of the national capital in 2020 Vidhan Sabha election. What was different? What did BJP do differently that the results are completely, they've been turned around this time?
No, there were two differences. A, party became more active in 5 years after the lesson of 2020. And two, more importantly, the overall performance and the corruption charges reached out to people, and people believed, and people got the feeling that this is the worst party they have elected. So they realized the mistake, and they repeated the performance of parliament election. This is the difference.
Javadekar, for joining us. Let's also listen in to what Parvesh Verma said. He's the giant killer this election season. He has defeated Arvind Kejriwal, the chief of Aam Aadmi Party. And of course, he's also one of the contenders for the Delhi CM once the BJP forms the government. Let's listen in to that, to that quick bite that he gave to media persons.
ये प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी की जीत है, दिल्ली वासियों की जीत है।
क्या अगले चीफ मिनिस्टर से हम बात कर रहे हैं परवेश जी?
मैं अभी आया हूँ, एक बार आपको फिर मैं बाद में बात करता हूँ।
अमित शाह जी से मिलने गए थे? थैंक यू।
speaking to. That's Parvesh Verma, ladies and gentlemen. The giant killer defeated Arvind Kejriwal with 1,200 votes even before the polling started on 5th. Vasudha, you've been speaking to a lot of BJP leaders. Everybody was confident about one thing, whether they win or lose. Parvesh Verma is defeating Arvind Kejriwal is what people, Mr. Amit Shah also gave it in writing, isn't it, that he's losing the election?
In fact, two leaders that Amit Shah was very emphatic about was Parvesh Verma and of course Ramesh Biduri, and Ankit rightly so, because Parvesh Verma gave those right noises. In some ways, he uplifted the BJP campaign in ways that they also didn't expect. Neja ma'am, do you see this as a negative vote against Kejriwal? Because while the BJP, of course, has benefited from this time, they were very aggressive. But Kejriwal and Sisodia losing means that people were extremely angry with Aam Aadmi Party.
I would like to do a little more study on this because as one went around, one didn't see anger. One saw dissatisfaction, disaffection. वही पुरानी बात कह रहे हैं. There was the response to him at his meetings, Kejriwal, used to be very subdued, even compared to the Lok Sabha elections. So it wasn't an anger that way. He's done something for us. Poorer people still swore by him. I think it was more a positive vote for the BJP, that the BJP in power in Delhi will be able to do more for us on governance issues, water, air. This is the sense I had. Of course.
But Neeraj, why, and our other panelists can also come in on this, but Neeraj, the fact remains, when your party loses, you lose your own seat. I mean, that is, Arvind Kejriwal made this election a referendum as soon as he came out of the prison. He said that I will only go back once you make me sit on that chief minister's chair. He made it about himself. He made it about Manish Sisodia. If he loses on that context, then it clearly is a vote against Arvind Kejriwal. Whatever you said, that it was vendetta, X, Y, Z, people have not bought it. If I have to say it bluntly, basically people are saying, if you were saying that you were sent in because of vendetta, well, we don't believe that Arvind Kejriwal has lost his seat. So has Manish Sisodia.
Absolutely, I agree with you that it is a very clear vote. But remember, with a party like the BJP, in specific seats, they would have gone all out. You see, the mood had changed. Ground level mood had changed in favor of the BJP. But what added to that thrust was the BJP's absolute organizational heft, plus the RSS coming in big time, as they did in Haryana and Maharashtra. So there was all this backup. And they focused on certain seats. Sisodia's was a touch and go from the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's also a three-cornered fight with Firaq Suri and Tarvinder Singh Marwa. So that was also...
So that is very intelligent strategy.
Yeah.
कि इनके बड़े नेताओं को हराओ.
Is this somewhere also the revenge of the Congress party?
They're all smiling today. Armita was pointing.
Yes.
They're all smiling.
Arvind Kejriwal has lost by 1,200 votes. How many votes has Sandeep Dixit got? 4,200. But Manish Sisodia by 600 votes. Farhad Suri has got 6,000 plus votes. But 7,000 votes.
Can I present a different argument to that? Last election in 2020, the Congress candidate who was a nobody got about 5,800 or 5,900 votes in New Delhi. Sandeep Dixit has got less vote than what the candidate got at that point of time. The only difference is that this time the BJP candidate is much more effective against Arvind Kejriwal, plus the 10 years of anti-incumbency.
Yes, so it's a double whammy. Aam Aadmi Party's support base has declined, and Congress is pinching away some of its support base. So it is helping BJP in a double way. On these two seats, I am saying, because the margins were very thin. So see, the middle class vote of Aam Aadmi Party has sort of evaporated in this election. The only way, they were on back foot, we have discussed this earlier, that women vote overwhelmingly for Aam Aadmi Party, silently. That was the only option for them. But these results show that even women have not voted, and it is again what we've discussed earlier, the Mahila Samman Yojana, not a single installment has been transferred. That is one of the biggest strategic blunders of Aam Aadmi Party. Why have they not pushed it ahead despite clearing in the budget 2,000 crores last year?
They did a smarter thing by at least giving out those 3 installments and ensuring that women vote for them.
BJP did that in
Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, everywhere.
So they had a chance, but they did not. They just chose to make promises. And when his credibility was at risk, it was dented. People did not know whether to trust him or not. And when PM comes into play, he says, 8 March ko aapke yahan ye account mein paise aa jayenge Women's Day.
I'm sorry, Parvesh Verma is speaking again. He could be the man. He is the man of the moment. He could be the next Chief Minister of Delhi. Let's listen it.
यहाँ पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनी है। सबसे खुशी की बात यह है कि जो दिल्ली में सरकार बनेगी वो प्रधानमंत्री जी के साथ में चलकर काम कर पाएगी। हमें उनका 10 साल से साथ नहीं मिल पा रहा था, दिल्ली में कोई काम नहीं हो पा रहा था, मगर ये जो सरकार बन रही है दिल्ली में, ये प्रधानमंत्री जी के विजन को दिल्ली में लेके आएगी। तो मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी का धन्यवाद करता हूँ कि उन्होंने अपना समय दिया और मैं ये जीत का श्रेय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को देता हूँ।
कौन होगा अब मुख्यमंत्री? आपको इस बात का भरोसा था?
मैं दिल्ली की जनता का बहुत बहुत एक बार फिर से धन्यवाद करता हूँ और ये जीत, ये प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की जीत है, ये सभी दिल्ली वासियों की जीत है।
मुख्यमंत्री का चेहरा कौन
Insights from the Congress party. Adil, you just heard Parvesh Verma, the BJP giant killer who has defeated Arvind Kejriwal, speak. What does this mean for the Congress party? Because in many seats, the Congress party seems to have done better. People might call you the vote cutter, but does this mean that this whole opposition dream of Aam Aadmi Party and Congress coming together in various elections, including Gujarat, is that dream for sure gone for now?
Well, Vasudha, firstly, every political party has the right to expand its footprint. Just as the Aam Aadmi Party sought to expand their footprint in Goa, in Gujarat and Haryana. So therefore, that logic must apply equally. What applies to the goose must also apply to the gander. So therefore, allegations or observations such as the Congress being the vote cutter, I think are incorrect. Point number one. Point number two, it appears from the result, of course, this requires greater scrutiny. It appears from the result that the people of Delhi are fed up with the politics of passing the buck. Mr. Kejriwal came with a story, came with a narrative when he returned to power in 2014. And it is evident to the voters that all what he does is that he continues to sell them dreams without delivering. Now, I can list down multiple parameters on which this AAP government has failed. But be that as it may, as far as the Congress party is concerned, our vote share has certainly increased. Of course, the results have been disappointing for us. But we are going to start, and we're going to start from a clean slate. We ran a spirited campaign. Of course, the battle was tough for us. On one side, you had the ruling incumbent, which is the Aam Aadmi Party. On the other side, you had the BJP with all their electoral machinery, with money, muscle power, and an unequal level playing field. Yes, it is going to be a beginning for us, and we sincerely hope and we will seek to persuade the voters of Delhi.
Adil, may I ask you a quick question? May I ask you a quick question about the repercussion of this? Because, post 2024 election, many would say that the turnaround of the Bharatiya Janata Party at the expense of the opposition, which had come unitedly for the 2024 Lok Sabha election, Congress lost Haryana, and you and your allies lost Maharashtra, Aam Aadmi Party has lost now Delhi. I mean, it's a turnaround of sorts that possibly needs to be studied, isn't it? It tells you something about the revival of or changing tactics of the BJP, while the opposition infighting or whatever you want to call it has cost them state after state, which many were expecting a cakewalk for the opposition.
Well, absolutely, Ankit, the opposition parties, and I can speak for the Congress party, of course, has to see how do we defeat the BJP juggernaut. And when I say the BJP juggernaut, the BJP uses all means possible and more often than not unfair means to either topple elected governments or to win elections. So this is certainly something for which we need to go back to the drawing board and assess. But be that as it may, when it comes to Delhi, I think the message is clear. People are fed up with Aam Aadmi Party's politics. Aam Aadmi Party's politics of levelling allegations. Let's not forget, it was Mr. Kejriwal and his India against corruption, which played a huge role in character assassinating the then Congress party government, which was doing a phenomenal job when it comes to development.
Right, thank you,
Mr.
Adil.
Kejriwal, along with the BJP, played a very, very critical role in unseating us based on false promises. So therefore, it is nemesis for him in that sense.
Stay on with us, Adil. Let me also get you visuals from Parvesh Singh Verma's residence. Now, this is a man to watch out for, Ankit. Clearly one of the top contenders to be the CM of Delhi. His father has also been, in fact, the second chief minister of BJP for New Delhi. Sahib Singh Verma there. My colleague Tanushka is right there. And let's go across to her for more details. mood is all evident there. Tell us, what can we expect today and what is the sentiment there at Parvesh Singh Verma's house?
As you can clearly see around me, Vasudha, the atmosphere here is that of high spirits. Parvesh Singh Sahib Verma is at this moment, unfurling the BJP flag and is furling it around. There is a shower of flowers on around him. This is his moment. This is his victory moment. He has won from the New Delhi constituency seat, which is a very, top competition for him between former Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal from the Aam Aadmi Party and the son of another former Chief Minister, Hardeep Singh Puri from the Congress. What we are seeing here is these visuals of Parvesh Singh Sahib Verma arriving here at the Gold Market counting center to collect his letter from the counting center and sort of, what one could say is a victory rally that has already started by Parvesh Singh Sahib Verma. Around me there are bands as well, and there is at this point what we are also seeing is that lot of celebration here. Parvesh Singh Sahib Verma won from this seat a while back and he's on his victory rally here at Gold Market.
Parvesh Verma there holding a placard of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, indicating that this victory, of course, is Prime Minister's charisma with the middle class that remains intact. But ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, and Vasudha and we were just discussing, you are seeing a potential Chief Minister, though I would say these words with caution because every time the media has bet somebody, as far as the BJP is concerned, that person has more chances of losing that job than gaining. But, Vasudha, it will be difficult for the BJP to ignore Parvesh Verma. He's defeated Arvind Kejriwal, a Jat face, legacy, all those things come in favor of Parvesh Verma.
But also, Ankit, if you remember in 2017 or 2022, when Amit Shah wanted to reach out to the Jats, it was in his residence that he had a meeting of Jat Panchayat.
Also,
and of course,
history has it, whoever wins the New Delhi seat becomes the CM, and that party comes the power. So there's a lot of things.
Six times New Delhi seat has given
First
the
Sheila
Chief Minister.
then
3 times Sheila Dikshit, 3 times Arvind Kejriwal. And
he has just met the Home Minister, so clearly there could be some signals that could have been given out to him. But let's just wait and watch out because there are other candidates as well. Anmol Pawar joins us from the Aam Aadmi Party. Anmol, we've been talking to you and you've been rather confident about Aam Aadmi Party's chances. What really went wrong this time, especially with Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia themselves losing? Clearly, this was a vote rejecting the Aam Aadmi Party.
Vasudha ji certainly will analyze that what's gone wrong, but we accept the people's mandate. Heartfelt thanks to the people of Delhi who voted for us, and even to those who didn't, we will still serve you and will work for the people of Delhi. This is not an end, it's a new beginning, because victories and they come and go, but we will not stop fighting for the right of people. We'll come back stronger.
Can I ask you one thing and be blunt about it? Just be honest about what has happened here. Your top leadership losing, you losing the state government in a state which give you massive mandates. I mean, mandates that Delhi had never seen before, 67 followed by a 62, and now you're relegated to 22. It's a sharpest decline possibly that most people would have thought, or it will be a study as far as the electoral politics is concerned. But let me understand this from you. Does the Aam Aadmi Party acknowledge that this is the biggest crisis that they are going to see? The leader who was your face has lost his own election. Manish Sisodia has lost his own election. You made this a referendum about Arvind Kejriwal. Is the Aam Aadmi Party at this moment facing a crisis? And I'm not just talking about the national capital. Overall, is the Aam Aadmi Party leadership facing a crisis of confidence?
Ankit ji, since last 10 years, we have seen that how efforts are being made by the Bharatiya Janata Party-led central government to crush the Aam Aadmi Party. But we never bow down to any agencies. They even misused all the investigative agencies. Conspiracies were hatched. But we fought with integrity. हम यहाँ पे सत्ता भोगने नहीं आए. We are not here for vote bank politics or for power. We are here to fight for the rights of people of this country. लोगों के लिए संघर्ष करने आए हैं और ये हमारा जीवन जो है वो लोगों के लिए समर्पित है.
Anmol, I think if this was the image that Arvind Kejriwal was still successful in carrying, we won't have seen the results that we have seen. Actually, this is the image that has been dented by all the allegations of Sheesh Mahal, of the corruption and so forth. You said all these things in the campaign also. People have not bought it. So let's be very clear about it. The halo around Mr. Arvind Kejriwal of being an outsider, differentiator as far as politics is concerned, possibly that has been taken off in this election. I'll come back to you, but let me also bring in RP Singh of the Bharatiya Janata Party, veteran leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party in the national capital. RP Singh Saab, when you were fighting elections, after elections, also winning a few elections, for many years, the dream of every BJP Karyakarta was to see the party back in power. 27 years it took, but it has finally happened.
And Mr. Singh, this time you should have fought elections, sir, because this clearly, this
Regret it, sir, not fighting the election. इस बार लड़ लेना चाहिए था.
नहीं, ये regret नहीं है, क्योंकि the generation should change. I contested election, I won and lost election both. And I've been in Delhi University from in 1982. I was the General Secretary of Delhi University Student Union. Since 77, I have started working as a polling station agent. It's 47 years journey. So trying to grow up and trying to get into some other fold of the party, some other work of the party. But coming to the issue, we have been speaking, Ankit, I have been telling again and again, it is election between the false freebie versus the anti-incumbency. And yes, is the strong anti-incumbency which Arvind Kejriwal has faced and the false promises which he has made. I mean, people could see through that, okay, promises are being made, not being fulfilled. I'll give you 2-3 very basic examples, which is very basic for any person to live in the city. For example, you need good air. Promises were made, fingers were being pointed out toward Punjab, and then later on it was said that is a North India phenomena, is the India phenomena. And I remember one time they said it's Pakistan which is sending us the pollutants here. I mean, so people can see through this. You can't keep fooling people again and again. Second, water. I still give still a challenge for us also. That how do we manage that? We give good tap water, drinking portable tap water to each and every individual in the city. It's very challengeable work. So they failed miserably in that. Delhiite could never get portable drinking water through taps or through the other modes. Okay. They would only, give me a second. And third was health services. There's all a big balloon being created for that health services. That, probably health services are very good. Every day, even today, I got someone admitted in Gangaram, a person hailed from a poor background. I got a charity card made for him and got him admitted for some stone in the kidney operation. So this is the condition, because these three are the basic amenities which any individual need. And as promised, that we will continue with what they were delivering to people, and will add more to that.
Okay, Mr. Singh, that's going to be hugely challenging for you as well, right? Because you've also promised, more welfare, 2,500 for people, for women, and also for students. So clearly, how are you looking at sort of addressing those challenges, and also cleanup of Yamuna River, which also is quite ambitious?
8th March, the first installment will be there in the women's account. Today is 8th February. Month down the line, the cabinet sits and they'll approve this, and the first installment of the 2,500 rupees will be in the bank account.
Okay.
So we know how to keep the promises, and unlike them where they promise something like 1,000 rupees in Punjab and it could never deliver, and people could see through that also.
Okay.
That promises were made in Punjab, and give me a second. A lot of people, a lot of Delhiites have a lot of friends and relatives in Punjab also.
Okay, so we'll discuss that a little later, because make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, Arvind Kejriwal losing his seat and being defeated in Delhi is going to have a huge repercussion on their government in Punjab. It is not going to be easy. The next 2.5 years of Bhagwant Mann are not going to be easy, and not for the Aam Aadmi Party. It's not going to be a cakewalk from here on. But Adil, let me understand this from you. while the Aam Aadmi Party may have been defeated, but it's an opposition state once again lost to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Their footprint increases. Is the Congress rejoicing the demise of the Aam Aadmi Party in this election, or is the Congress worried about the increasing footprint of the Bharatiya Janata Party in yet another state?
Well, Ankit, just as a footnote, I think the happiest person today will be Bhagwant Singh Mann. And Mr. Kejriwal is ghost. Number one. Point number two, responding to your question, Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP are two sides of the same coin. Both feed off each other. Both practice the same politics of false promises and short-on delivery. Now that the people of Delhi have returned the mandate for the BJP, we sincerely expect them to at least address two issues on a priority basis, because they are in power in Delhi, they're in power at the center, and they are in power in Haryana. Number one, the air quality. Number two, what are they intending to do about the landfills? So therefore, the Aam Aadmi Party came on a slew of promises saying that we will clean the Yamuna, we will do this, we will clean the air, etc., etc. Now is the time for the BJP to show their report card and to ensure that these problems are addressed.
Okay,
the
but
Congress
Neerja
Party...
ji, right. But Neerja ji, tell me one thing. Like I asked Adil also, this election, will it be too early to write the disintegration of the India alliance after this election? Because why I'm asking you that, all the major partners of the India alliance put their weight behind Arvind Kejriwal. Mamata Banerjee spoke in favor, Akhilesh Yadav spoke in favor, so did Tejasvi Yadav, so did Sharad Pawar, so did Shiv Sena. All of them put their weight behind Arvind Kejriwal, and he has lost that election.
Look, what is going to be the future of India Alliance?
Okay. I'm so sorry. There is a guest joining us at this moment.
Ravi Kishan, BJP MP from Gorakhpur joins us now. Ravi Kishan ji, thank you so much हमसे जुड़ने के लिए. First of all, आपने बहुत ज़्यादा कैंपेनिंग की है पूरे दिल्ली में. आप मुझे कह रहे थे कि 57 सीट्स में आपने कैंपेनिंग की और उसमें से you are saying that it's going to be a landslide victory, one-sided था. ये रिजल्ट को देखकर आपको क्या लगा कि आप सरप्राइज थे, क्या लगा आपको?
जी. This is Modi's magic, Modi guarantee that worked, and we, as a campaigner, as कार्यकर्ता, अब मैंने उसको जनता तक पहुंचाया, to my people, to Purvanchalis, to rest of the Delhi people, wherever I've been. मैंने कहा कि आप लोग क्या जिंदगी जी रहे थे, जिसको जिताते थे, और मोदी जी उत्तर प्रदेश टू रेस्ट ऑफ द कश्मीर देख लो, सारे राज्यों के बारे में जहाँ भाजपा की सरकार है वहाँ की तुलना करता था, और ये राजधानी है, ये नर्क है, ये दिस इज नॉट अ कैपिटल ऑफ इंडिया. एंड व्हाई यू गाइज आर लिविंग लाइफ लाइक एक जिंदगी, तुम लोग नासूर की तरह जिंदगी है, कीड़े मकोड़े की. कम आउट फ्रॉम दिस, हैव अ गुड ड्रिंक, गुड वाटर, गुड एयर, गुड लाइफ. यू नो, आप लोग सब जिताते तो हाँ भैया सही कहला. एंड द ट्रूथ आई हैव शोन देम कि मोदी जी हैं और ये फ्रॉड लोग हैं. ये मोदी जी ने ये किया और उनके पास ना शीश महल है, इज गॉट नथिंग. एक निस्वार्थ संत हैं, एंड दिस ऑल पीपल दे हैव शीश महल टू रेस्ट, भ्रष्टाचार, लॉट ऑफ मनी दे मिंटेड, व्हाटएवर. दिस टू थिंग्स आई केप्ट, एंड आई वाज ट्रैवलिंग एवरी डे 200-300 किलोमीटर.
रवि भाई, क्योंकि पूर्वांचली वोटर बहुत हैं दिल्ली के अंदर पूर्वांचली वोटर बहुत हैं जिनका आप बता रहे हैं कि आपने इतना तगड़ा उनके साथ कैंपेन किया, तो उनके लिए एक बार पूछ लूं, क्या हाल बा आज 27 साल बाद सरकार आ रही है वापस?
का हाल बा? बहुत बढ़िया बा सब लोगन के, और आप वालगन की जिंदगी झंड बा. अब कौने बात का घमंड ना रही. द शीश महल इज शैटर्ड. उनकर शीश महल का कुल धज्जिया उड़ गई बाटे. और धन्यवाद बा हमारे समाज का, माई बहन, काका, बच्चा, युवा, खासकर ऑल द लेडीज. आई मस्ट थैंक देम कि मोदी जी का विश्वास, उनकी गारंटी की जीत हुई है. ये मोदी जी की जीत है. ये भाजपा के कार्यकर्ताओं ने मोदी जी की बातें, उनकी नीतियों को जमीन पर सही तरीके से अग्रेशन से पहुंचाया. और ये आक्रोश, एंगर जो था आपदा के लिए, दैट वर्कड फॉर अस, एंड थैंक गॉड.
इसका क्या असर पड़ेगा आपको लगता है? इसका कोई मैसेज उत्तर प्रदेश के लिए भी है? मिल्कीपुर भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी जीत रही है.
मिल्कीपुर ने इतिहास रचा है. सी, उनके अवधेश प्रसाद जी जो वहां के सांसद थे, उनको अवध प्रसाद जी जो उनको लेके ट्रॉफी बना के राहुल जी और अखिलेश यादव जी घूमते थे पार्लियामेंट में, वो मैसेज जनता को वहां बहुत गुस्सा था, बहुत था कि वहां योगी जी बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं। मैं चूंकि गोरखपुर का सांसद हूं, अयोध्या 1.5 घंटे की दूरी पर है, एंड महाकुंभ का ये, फिर बजट, ये सारी चीजें का असर इतना था कि यहाँ मोदी योगी इतना बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं और ये लोग मजाक बनाते हैं। अयोध्या को लेके जो मजाक बनाया गया, उनका नाम अयोध्या प्रसाद रख दिया गया था, अति कर दिए थे भाई। मतलब वो एक जीत, वो झूठ बोल के विधान लोकसभा जीत गए थे।
जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। गोरखपुर जल्दी आएंगे और आपसे मुलाकात और भेंट करेंगे। प्रणाम। Let's go straight across to Jay Panda, Delhi BJP in charge, joining us. Mr. Panda, congratulations. You can say I told you so, Maria. You had spoken to me on the day of polling. On the day polling, campaigning ended, and you had told me that you're forming the government. So it clearly looks like 47. Would you want that number to go up to 50 perhaps? Or if not 49, the 1993 number?
Look, the single biggest reason that we are creating history today and forming a BJP government after 27 years in Delhi is because the people of Delhi have immense faith in the Prime Minister Modi ji's guarantees that the BJP's promises in the Sankalp Patra manifesto will be implemented. And it wasn't only on election day that I told you, but for about 2 months I have been telling everybody that the feedback I have been getting from our Karyakartas, lakhs of our Karyakartas have been slogging day and night for months, is that from all sections of society, the feedback was very, very clear. They were sick and tired of the Abda, that the disaster that had enveloped Delhi for a dozen years. They were sick and tired of the corruption, of the daily drama and excuses and blame game, and they had faith in Modi ji's guarantee. They wanted a double-engine government, and that's why I was very confident that we would comfortably form the government with a 2/3 majority.
Mr. Panda, what are the 3 factors, if I were to ask you, that worked for you?
Number 1 is Modi ji's guarantee. I have personally experienced it for several months going all over Delhi, and people had this great faith that they would escape this disaster in Delhi, and the alternative was the BJP's commitments and backed by Modi ji's guarantee. Number 2, the strategic roadmap designed by Amit Bhai Shah ji and our National President JP Nadda ji. And the third reason, the lakhs of Karyakartas who slogged for all these months are the 3 big reasons. And of course, behind all this was this great anger that the people of Delhi had in all sections of society. People in slums were tired of the false promises of clean water and having to buy water from the tanker mafia. People in the middle classes were tired of the false promises with no development in public infrastructure, public transport. People everywhere were sick and tired of the fake promises to clean the Yamuna and so on and so forth.
How much role do you think the 1st of February budget had, and particularly the relief that the taxpayers got, and also the 8th Pay Commission? What role did these 2 announcements have on the results of today?
The budget, of course, enthused people in Delhi because a very large number of people fall into the middle class, whether it is the lower middle class or the entire number of people connected to the middle class in Delhi are approximately 1 crore of people. But it is something that enthused all of India as well. The budget has been hugely responded to by the people all over Bharat. And similarly, the 8th Pay Commission is something that, pay commissions happen at a scheduled time after a period of certain number of years. And all of these are indeed very motivational to the people of Delhi. But basically, they have faith in the BJP's guarantees, the BJP's promises, which are backed by Modi ji's guarantees, which we have said that the main promises will start getting implemented from the very first cabinet meeting itself. That's our track record. That's how we have done it in other states. And finally, India has been growing so rapidly under Prime Minister Modi's leadership, fastest growing economy for many years, 5th largest economy, headed to the 3rd largest economy. And Delhi deserves to be a capital representing such a nation. So Viksit Bharat, a developed India, is going to get Viksit Delhi, a developed Delhi.
Okay, but Mr. Panda, one may say that for 10 years also brand Narendra Modi was driving the national capital. How is this election different from the last 10 years? Let's not forget that, you know, when it came to Lok Sabha polls, BJP did manage 7 on 7 because of Prime Minister Modi's own enduring image and the larger credibility that he enjoys.
Yes, you're right. We've been winning massively at the Lok Sabha level in Delhi for a decade. But even in the local elections, even in the assembly elections and in the Delhi Municipal Corporation elections, our vote share had been gradually rising. And during this time, this Apda which had come to life on the shoulders of Anna Hazare and by branding themselves falsely as Kattar Imandar, honest people with supposed to be a breath of fresh air, they had indeed fooled the people of Delhi with their fake promises. And it took a while, but the people of Delhi figured that out because, to hear the same false promises once, twice was maybe okay, 3 times was a bit too much, and they had made up their mind to change this after.
Okay, last couple of questions for you, Mr. Panda. I know you have the day has just begun and the celebrations will be beginning at the BJP headquarters. And since you were involved in the entire strategy, so you have a great role to play in this victory. But my question is that the last time around BJP formed the government was in 1993. At that time, you won 49 seats. This time, your vote share is really high, almost similar to your Lok Sabha numbers of 51%. I mean, it's hovering around 48, 49 at the moment. My question is that it appears that for Delhi voters, the split verdict that they were used to giving, they have no longer given. So what changed for the party? I mean, where do you think you started to get it right? At what was the inflection point?
Again, let me repeat, I'm a member of a team where the Prime Minister's promises, our senior leadership strategic input and the lakhs of karyakartas have made all the difference. I'm very fortunate to have been involved in this particular campaign. Now, you're right, this is historic. It is life and Delhi's history has come full circle back to what it was almost 3 decades ago. The people have tried everybody else in the meantime. They've tried Congress for a long time. They've tried this Apda for a dozen years. The turning point was a combination of Modi ji's guarantees that we will implement these 250 odd promises that the BJP has included in the Sankalp Patra. Our track record is there. When we say we will clean the Yamuna, the track record is there in Sabarmati, where a world-class riverfront has been built when the Prime Minister was the Chief Minister there. Similarly, in other states, whatever we have committed, because it has Modi ji's guarantee, has been implemented. And this in combination with the anger that the people of Delhi had against this Apda's fake promises and corruption was what made the turning point this time.
Okay, so who will be the Chief Minister now?
So I have said this quite clearly when we discussed earlier. We are not only the world's largest political party today, but in history, ever in the history of humankind. And we are transparent and we are democratic. Anybody, any karyakarta can rise to the top, as you have seen in the case of Modi ji himself, who came from humble origins and is today the world's most popular leader. The format we've been following, which has been successful all over the country, that at the national level, we have the world's most popular leader. At the state level, we have been contesting elections on a collective leadership basis. And after the elections, we have a process for choosing our leader in the assembly. It has input from stakeholders of the party and ultimately is decided, as you know, by our parliamentary board. So whoever comes out of this process to lead the BJP's government in Delhi will be a very good leader, will start implementing the double engine Sarkar initiative from the very first cabinet meeting. No drama, only development.
Okay, before I let you go, a word also on Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia's defeat while Atishi managing to win.
So look, the people who had given these false promises, the people who had been involved in the scams, in the liquor scam, in the classroom scam, in the mohalla clinic scam, in the false medicine scam where children have died, the CAG's report points out more than 2,000 crores worth of corruption. Obviously, they have to bear the fullest brunt of the people's reaction. And that's why the leadership has taken a very big hit. This was evident for even months ago when the leadership, the former Deputy Chief Minister, changed his seat because he was facing high anti-incumbency. So you can see that overall they've taken quite a beating, and it was only natural.
All right, Mr. Jay Panda, congratulations to you. And you are part of scripting history, so many congratulations, and thank you so much for speaking to NDTV.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, so that was Jay Panda speaking to Maria, but you know, he has been able to do what other state in charges of the Bharatiya Janata Party have not been able to in the national capital, playing an important role in BJP's historic victory. Let's go across to my colleague Aishwarya, who is at the residence of Parvesh Verma, the man of the moment, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, the situation has switched. David Goliath completely switched here, and Aishwarya, go ahead, Aishwarya, go ahead.
Well, Bharatiya Janata Party winning candidate Parvesh Verma is with me. Parvesh ji,
आपको स्टार कहें या सुपरस्टार कहें, इतनी बड़ी जीत को आप किस तरह देखते हैं? कंबाइंड फाइट कर रहे हैं।
परवेश जी, 26 साल के बाद
देखो, आप ऐसे करेंगे तो मैं भी नहीं करता।
जी बिल्कुल। Well,
all right. So Parvesh Verma trying to organize an enthusiastic media contingent there. Everybody wants, it always happens, everybody wants a share of the winner, and so does the media. All those mics trying to get a reaction of Parvesh Verma on their mic itself, and we just go across to him as soon as he starts speaking. But Amitabh Tiwari, just put this in context, like I was asking Neerja ji as well. Okay, all right, Neerja ji was speaking at that point. Neerja ji, please complete your point. We were speaking about the repercussions as far as the India alliance is concerned, and how do you see this now playing out?
Look, it's very striking that the Congress spokesperson, who got no seat and probably an increase of only a couple of percentage points, are so happy that Kejriwal, are rejoicing that Kejriwal has been defeated. Whereas Kejriwal's defeat is going to adversely affect the India alliance. It's going to adversely affect even the Congress party. Now, if the Congress had won 5 seats, 6 seats, and its vote share had gone up to 15%, I would have understood that kind of a logic. India alliance now, you're right that all the regional parties backed Aam Aadmi Party and not the Congress candidate. And what is going to be happening now, of course, they may feel that Mamata Banerjee had made a claim for the leadership of India bloc. Had Kejriwal won, that claim would have been reinforced and strengthened. Today, it's much more likely to be leadership going to the Congress party. But neither has the Congress gained, nor has the Aam Aadmi Party gained, nor have the regional parties gained. If you look at the sum total, it's the BJP that's gained. I'm reminded of, I must tell you this, something that I quote in my book also. Vishwanath Pratap Singh, before he became Prime Minister, in the run-up to that, he had talked to Govindacharya, the BJP leader. And they were strategizing on how to defeat Rajiv Gandhi's government. VP Singh ने कहा उनको कि हम पहले राजीव गांधी से निपट लें, फिर एक दूसरे से निपटेंगे.
Who defeated Arvind Kejriwal is joining us. Thank you so much for speaking to us. कितनी बड़ी जीत, किस तरीके से पूरे कैंपेन को याद करते हैं, और अब दिल्ली में 27 साल के बाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी आ चुकी है. क्या कुछ कहेंगे, क्या संदेश है, पूरे चुनाव को किस तरीके से याद करते हैं?
मैं सबसे पहले तो दिल्ली वासियों को इस बात के लिए बधाई देता हूं कि एक उन्होंने अच्छा फैसला किया है. ये जीत का श्रेय मैं हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी को, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष आदरणीय जेपी नड्डा जी को, हमारे गृह मंत्री जी आदरणीय अमित शाह जी को. ये सब वो चेहरे हैं जिन्होंने दिल्ली में असली जीत को हासिल किया है, और इनके ऊपर मैं विश्वास करके दिल्ली की जनता ने हमें ये मैंडेट दिया है. दिल्ली में एक अच्छी सरकार बनी है, एक ऐसी सरकार बनी है जो नरेंद्र मोदी जी के साथ में, भारत सरकार के साथ में मिलकर एक अच्छा काम करेगी। ये मैं दिल्ली की जनता को विश्वास दिलाता हूँ।
बहुत लोग चाह रहे हैं कि आप मुख्यमंत्री बने, चेहरा बने मुख्यमंत्री का।
देखिए, हमारी पार्टी में ये कौन बनेगा मुख्यमंत्री, इसका फैसला विधायक दल करता है और हमारी पार्टी की लीडरशिप तय करती है। तो आने वाले समय में आपको पता लग जाएगा।
Joining me now, that was BJP candidate from New Delhi who defeated Arvind Kejriwal, speaking exclusively first to NDTV and clearly thanking the top leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party, thanking his cadres, thanking his family, supporters, and a long-drawn campaign that Parvesh Verma fought for. He clearly believes that the Bharatiya Janata Party, who will be forming the government, who has got a huge mandate this time, will prove and will fulfill all the promises done by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and the Modi guarantees will be fulfilled. And certainly it was Parvesh Verma speaking first and exclusively to NDTV, narrating his style, and also clearly speaking on whether he would be the chief minister of Delhi, and he clearly stated that that's the decision that the top leadership will be taking. BJP legislative meeting will be taking place soon, and then it will be decided. Back to you.
Okay, so that was Aishwarya, my colleague, in an exclusive chat with Parvesh Verma, the man to watch out for today. Also, the top contender for the CM face in New Delhi is also defeated Arvind Kejriwal, the Aam Aadmi Party supremo, pointing out to several implications for the Aam Aadmi Party and also for Delhi politics. It's time for a short break. We'll be back in a bit.
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें एनडीटीवी का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो एनडीटीवी ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है, जानने के लिए देखिए हमारी स्वीट लव स्टोरी लव यापा आपके नजदीकी सिनेमा घरों में।
तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए बानी को दोगे और बानी तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए गौरव को दोगे।
और न्यूज के लिए कीप वॉचिंग एनडीटीवी।
हर 2 साल में फोन बदले जाते हैं गुच्ची।
एनडीटीवी ऐप नहीं।
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, a festival of faith. The world's biggest spiritual festival. The divine dip at the spiritual Sangam. A sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025. Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmaker. NDTV keeps you ahead.
This week on India Ascends.
Bangladesh scraps Bongo Bandhu Mujibur Rahman's legacy. What next for Yunus's Islamist agenda? State set for big Modi-Trump meeting. Does immigration hold key to the new US-India relationship? Will India lead the way for the world's AI transition? And how could China's growing presence in Panama spell trouble for America?
All this and more only on India Ascends with me, Gauri Dwivedi, at these timings on the NDTV network.
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें एनडीटीवी का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो एनडीटीवी ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है, जानने के लिए देखिए।
It's a big day for Delhi. The election outcomes are coming out. In fact, BJP is all set to form the government in Delhi after 27 long years. It's a big day for the BJP. Also, a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party, with the top guns of the Aam Aadmi Party, including Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, losing their seats. We are joined by, of course, my colleague Ankit and Amitabh Tiwari, political analyst. We have Rija Chaudhary, who's a senior journalist and author, and we also have Sujata Pandey, who's a political analyst. Sujata, to you first. I feel that the Delhi voter has also decided that this time she will vote for the person who does work and also provides welfare. So is this also a decisive vote by the Delhi voter to say that we are not going to be part of the politics that's playing out between the centre and the state, and we want work to be done in terms of cleanliness, in terms of infrastructure, also in terms of governance?
Yes, because I think this was a referendum on the Arvind Kejriwal and his model of governance. So after this loss, I think he will find it very difficult to replicate and make a reference of this Delhi model in other states if he wants to expand. So that will be first thing. Secondly, I think the MCD comes here, you know, like whether it's middle class or the JJ or the higher class, everybody faces that trouble. The Tuta Sadak, the Sewer, the Pahad of, you know, the Kude ka Pahad, everything. So I think that added to the because they could not shift the blame to BJP ki mujhe kaam nahi karne diya, because they have won the MCD last year. So you cannot, so that had added as a double whammy. And also you see it's just not these two things, but also BJP has made additional inroads into the core voters of Aam Aadmi Party. I will give you some data. Out of the 4 constituency with the 10% Sikh voter, BJP is going to win in 3. BJP is now ahead in 19 out of 28 constituencies, more than 10% Punjabi voter, a core voter of Aam Aadmi Party in the assembly election. BJP is leading and is sure shot to win in all the 5 constituencies with over 7.5 Valmiki voters. You know, that also used to be Arvind Kejriwal's voter, Juggi Jhopdi, Freebie, all of that, and also his New Delhi constituency is lost anyway. And BJP is also ahead in all the 4 constituencies where Jata voter make up more than 10%. So what did it say? It just doesn't say that, okay, you know, Arvind Kejriwal has lost. He's also lost on all the borrowed vote bank that he's got from the from the Congress and the BJP in the assembly election. The 30% swing, which used to happen from the Lok Sabha to the assembly election, I think BJP and plus RSS. Please do not forget that RSS strength, 50,000, you know, the drawing room meetings, 726,
sure.
You know.
But, you know, that's also telling, Nija, of the fact that Bharatiya Janata Party has gone to uncharted territory as far as Delhi is concerned. They never, people used to say BJP starts at 50 seats. They fight election on 50 seats. 20 seats, they have no presence. This time with the Dalit seats also coming in play, the majority, because look at Mustafabad, massive division among the minority voter between the Aam Aadmi Party, the AIMIM, and the winner is, in fact, Mohan Singh Bisht, who has been, from Karawal Nagar, has been sent to Mustafabad.
So is there a disenchanted Muslim voter as well? Because he feels that after the riots, there hasn't been anything special that the Aam Aadmi Party has done.
That is something one will have to look at. That's a very interesting development happening. But certainly the Dalit voter, which has started to look at the Congress in a new way in the recent times, has a section of it is obviously going to the BJP also. But you know, if you look and you watch these scenes, you just wonder about the marvel of our incredible democracy. For all its fault lines, it will bring down the powerful, it will elevate those who are weak, you know. So, so also happening in Delhi today.
Amitabh, you know, when the leader himself loses an election, like, you know, we saw Mamata Banerjee lose an election from Nandigram, but of course the party did not lose well and she has bounced back. When the leader himself loses his or her seat, what does it mean for the party?
It means that it's a big setback for the Aam Aadmi Party, and it pushes their plans. Whatever their plans were, national expansion, consolidating in Delhi, winning Punjab next perhaps in the next 2 years, that becomes very, very challenging for the party. They will have to go back to the drawing board and see what has gone wrong. See, the credibility crisis is not only related to corruption or the Kattar Imandar image. The credibility crisis is also related to the non-delivery or non-performance. The party came with very fresh and innovative ideas. will clean Delhi of air pollution, Yamuna cleansing, etc. But a middle class has realized that beyond the freebie model, there is no Delhi model of governance.
I think in the end, and we have to take a very quick break, in the end what Arvind Kejriwal said, agar Yamuna 5 saal mein saaf nahi kari, don't vote for me, people have taken his word very, very seriously and they have not voted for him because it's also a factor, ladies and gentlemen. One interesting thing before we take that break, where Parvesh Verma is standing and celebrating today, his house, Arvind Kejriwal and Parvesh Verma are neighbors. There are just 3 houses down is Arvind Kejriwal. That's what Delhi and democracy has done today. Celebration just 3 houses down, where there will be absolute silence at one.
And those visuals there of Parvesh Singh Verma celebrating, he's a man to watch out for, the giant killer today, and of course history has repeated itself. We saw similar celebrations in 2013, but of course it's time for a short break. We'll be back with more voices and visuals on the other side of this break.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, a festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip at the spiritual Sangam, a sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025. Big Budget Day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmakers. NDTV keeps you ahead.
This week on India Ascends.
Bangladesh scraps Bongo Bandhu Mujibur Rahman's legacy. What next for Yunus's Islamist agenda? State set for big Modi-Trump meeting. Does immigration hold key to the new US-India relationship? Will India lead the way for the world's AI transition? And how could China's growing presence in Panama spell trouble for America?
All this and more only on India Ascends with me, Gauri Dwivedi, at these timings on the NDTV network.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years.
दिल्ली की जनता ने विकास का रास्ता चुना, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व को चुना।
Hello everybody, you're watching NDTV. The BJP has stormed back to power in New Delhi after 27 long years. It's a day of celebration for the BJP. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in the BJP headquarters at 7:30 p.m. today. But it's a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party that has seen its top leaders including Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia lose today to Parvesh Singh Verma and of course to Tarvinder Singh Marwa. So this is a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party. What does this mean for Aam Aadmi Party? But today is a day of celebrations for the BJP. There you see the visuals of outside Parvesh Singh Verma's residence. He's the giant killer today, the man to watch out for, also one of the top contenders for the CM phase in Delhi. He is somebody who contested against Arvind Kejriwal, has defeated him, and also top guns of the Aam Aadmi Party are trailing now. We understand that except Kalka ji candidate Atishi, the Chief Minister of Delhi, a lot of Aam Aadmi Party candidates have lost. BJP is leading with a comfortable margin in 48 seats and Aam Aadmi Party is on 21 is what we understand. Let me go across to my colleague Tanushka who joins us from outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Tanushka, it's a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party. This is a challenging time for the party, but remember it has also faced a lot of turbulent times in the last few years with Arvind Kejriwal's arrest and also subsequent failures in several parts of the country. But today is going to be all the more saddening for Aam Aadmi Party. It puts a question mark on the kind of politics it practiced. What really went wrong? What are the people saying? And what is it like outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence?
Well, you know, it's very contrasting. I was at Gold Market area at the counting center wherein Parvesh Singh Verma came in and the spirits were high there. And as you can clearly see here at Arvind Kejriwal's residence, it is a solitary enclave here today. Arvind Kejriwal has lost from his New Delhi Constituency Assembly seat to BJP's Parvesh Verma. Of course, this is a huge loss for the Aam Aadmi Party national convener. This is, of course, you know, these were the big guns in the fray on the New Delhi constituency seat. It was a very tough competition between Arvind Kejriwal, Parvesh Verma and Sandeep Dixit of the Congress, and Parvesh Verma has won clearly. Inside Arvind Kejriwal's residence, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann is currently inside. Raghav Chadha, member of Rajya Sabha, is also inside. Delhi Chief Minister Atishi is also inside. So they, you know, having sort of a meeting at this moment, and it is definitely a sad day for the Aam Aadmi Party with a lot of losses. Big faces like Manish Sisodia has also lost from his seat of Jangpura. Remember, he used to fight from Patparganj seats, but that got changed this time and he's lost from Jangpura. So day of losses for the Aam Aadmi Party here. And what we also, as you also said, that you know what went wrong for the Aam Aadmi Party. The people on ground this time raised questions about corruption. As you also mentioned, Vasudha, there are 15 cases against the Aam Aadmi Party national convener Arvind Kejriwal, and even yesterday with the entire fiasco with the Anti-Corruption Bureau as well. So this has been going down. This has, of course, hit the image of the Aam Aadmi Party as well with the liquor scam. Also, Delhi Chief Minister Atishi herself is on bail in a defamation case at the moment. So a lot of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party has happened in the past year as well. even though Arvind Kejriwal did come out on interim bail by the Supreme Court, but fact remains right now that he is lost from his seat.
Okay. Tanushka, will keep coming back to you for more details on this. Hitesh Jain joins us. He's a lawyer also, who's somebody who follows politics very closely, member of the BJP. We have Zafar Islam, spokesperson of the BJP. We have Sumitra Goenka, political analyst. We have Sujata Pandey in the studio with us. We have Anshul Avijit, spokesperson of the Congress party. And we have also Madan Mohan with us, who's a political analyst. To you, Mr. Jain, first of all, thank you all of you for joining us on this day. Hitesh ji, just a few months ago, we were discussing the Mumbai voter and what he wants. And today, clearly, the Delhi voter has spoken out. And while the class divide seems to have really, gone for a toss, things that we talk about with regard to Delhi, today's Delhi voter seems to be shouting out very clearly that he wants work to be done in the capital of the country, and he wants the capital to look like the capital of the country when it comes to aspirations, opportunities, infrastructure. What is the larger message that the Delhi voter has given out today?
I think the larger message the Delhi voter has given is that they don't believe in the theatrics of Aam Aadmi Party. Second, Arvind Kejriwal has lost his credibility. Delhi voters are tired of the excuses and the blame game that was happening in the last 10 years. Delhi voters are also tired of the corruption and the level at which people saw. What Delhi was getting was only hypocrisy, confusion, and corruption. So I think the Delhi voters have decided that enough is enough, and let's put the theatrics to the end. And at the end of the day, Delhi wants a credible leadership. And that's where they see the credibility when they say Prime Minister Modi ji or the leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party, in which they have restored their faith again. Delhi ke dil mein Modi hai. I think that's the message of the mandate today.
Right. Thank you, Hitesh. Also, Zafar Islam, sir, today is a day of celebrations for you. I can see you smiling. Tell us, what really worked for the party? What did you get right this time after 27 long years?
See, there are two things which is very important. One, that people of Delhi were very fed up with Kejriwal and Abda Party. All the false promises, they never fulfilled those promises. Also, Kejriwal, they always preferred to lie and mislead the people of Delhi, something which didn't work for them. We stuck to the truth. We always tried to expose to them. We always told the people of Delhi that there is the Honorable Prime Minister and Bharatiya Janata Party and its leadership, and particularly the Prime Minister himself is giving assurances to the people of Delhi that he will monitor the developmental program of Delhi, and he will ensure that whatever the promises have been made, even by Abda Party, that also will be fulfilled, and also what promises have been made by the Bharatiya Janata Party in manifesto, that also will be delivered to them. So people repose confidence in the Honorable Prime Minister and the Bharatiya Janata Party and its leadership, but discarded completely AAP and Abda Party, and I'm sure that this will be an end of story for Abda Party and Kejriwal and company, because they were completely routed, and also they used to draw confidence and comfort from Kejriwal. Kejriwal himself has lost the election, and even Deputy Chief Minister has lost the election. That suggests that the confidence and the people he was able to put together everyone together, that no longer he will be able to do it. And eventually the party will collapse, and the people, all the Karyakarta of AAP will discard them completely, because they also realize that he was always telling lies and something which has been completely rejected by the people of Delhi.
Thank you, Zafar Islam. Also, let's go across to my colleague Aishwarya now. He has a special guest with him.
Well, today there are emotional supporters of Parvesh Verma, friends of Parvesh Verma, who are very emotional, and Tejinder Pal Singh Bagga is with me. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to us. कितना इमोशनल आप फील कर रहे हैं आज यहाँ पर परवेश वर्मा जी ने एक बहुत प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जीत दिलाई है?
देखिए, निश्चित रूप से 27 साल के बाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी की दिल्ली के अंदर सरकार बनी है, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी को लोग चाहते थे सत्ता में लाना, पिछले 10 साल के अंदर जो भ्रष्टाचार देखा है, पिछले 10 साल के अंदर दिल्ली के अंदर जो जिस तरीके से दिल्ली को सबसे प्रदूषित शहर दुनिया के अंदर बना दिया गया, यमुना को सबसे दूषित नदी बना दिया गया। और जब कोविड के अंदर आपको ध्यान होगा कि लोग ऑक्सीजन की कमी के कारण मर रहे थे, उस समय अरविंद केजरीवाल अपना शीश महल और शराब की नीति बना रहे थे। आज अरविंद केजरीवाल की नीतियों की हार हुई है।
चाहते हैं परवेश सिंह वर्मा अगले मुख्यमंत्री बने दिल्ली के?
देखिए, ये जो विधायक है जिनको दिल्ली की जनता ने चुना है वो तय करेंगे। और मैं इतना कहना चाहता हूँ कि दिल्ली की जीत हमारी है, पंजाब की बारी है।
पंजाब की बारी है। So that was Tejinder Pal Singh Bagga, who started his own podcast as well. Sir, congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
We see
subscribe Bagga Dada.
So, there are happy movements over here, what we are witnessing. Family, friends, all are very happy. These sweets are being distributed at Parvesh Singh Verma's residence. Ma'am, कितना बड़ा?
बहुत बड़ा दिन है, बहुत ही ऐतिहासिक दिन है मेरे भाई के लिए, और हमने केजरीवाल को उसकी जगह पे बिठा दिया है और अब नहीं आने देंगे उसको, और अब कभी आ भी नहीं पाएगा।
Do you think that these are the most difficult elections ever fought by Parvesh?
Well, he's a seasoned politician, and this is definitely an enormous victory for BJP and for New Delhi seat per se, because Arvind Kejriwal, whatever the nuisance he has been created for almost good 12 years. The decision what public has taken in the favor of Bharatiya Janata Party and along with Pravesh ji, so it states that it's a thumping victory, and definitely every election, come what may, it is a challenging election. But yes, coming back into the power after 27 years, it is a celebrating, it is a victory to be celebrated, and of course it was a difficulty. This was a difficult election for sure, as all the elections are difficult, but yes, after 27.
So there you heard from the family members of Parvesh Singh Verma, the emotional ones of course, but it's a thumping victory that Mr. Verma has received, and they personally think that because he defeated Arvind Kejriwal, he should be named as a CM candidate. But of course, top leadership from the Bharatiya Janata Party will be deciding it very soon.
Right. Thank you, Aishwarya. The BJP has a specific way of working, but of course, he is the man to watch out for. Both Hitesh and Zafar Islam would agree that the BJP would take a specific call on this after the leaders talk about this. But of course, the call would have definitely been made. There are top contenders, but this man, of course, is one of the ones who played a pivotal role in ensuring that Arvind Kejriwal himself lost his seat. To you, Anshul, Abhijit, first, tell us honestly, what does the Congress party feel about today's outcome? Is there a sign of hope that the Congress party is getting strengthened once again in Delhi, even if there are these small little green shoots today with you increasing your vote share or at least trying to get back some of it? Or do you think that there is going to be reduced opposition to the BJP, so that really makes you sad? What is it that you're feeling today?
No, well, I can't really hide my disappointment. Yes, there is, the positive is that there has been an increase in the vote share, but I hope that we would open our count at least and grab a few seats. But look at the positives, and let's put this in perspective. You know, elections, particularly assembly elections, have a fast turnaround rate. I mean, look at Telangana, where, a year back, before the assembly elections, nobody gave Congress a chance, but it came back. The same thing didn't quite happen in Delhi, but the entire Congress leadership of Delhi fought the elections. They fought it very aggressively. They fought it in a very spirited way. They fought it positively to give the BJP and AAP a run for their money. It was an election in which the party cadres were really galvanized, and that was the whole point. I mean, a lot of people have questioned why there wasn't some kind of an alliance between parties, but ultimately, if you have these alliances, your own party workers, their ambitions, their place in the party never gets fully gratified. So you have to rejuvenate these cadres, you have to keep them alive, and I think this is what we have done for the future here. We have to really build on this, build on the vote share, and these are shifting sands. Electoral fidelity changes very quickly, as recent elections have told us. There is nothing to be disheartened about. Of course, I will mince no words in saying that it is a disappointing verdict for the time being, but there is much optimism and much to work on, and I'm hopeful that this will bear good results. We have a Bihar election coming up as well. We are hoping that the Congress would do very well as a part of the Mahagathbandhan over there, where we have a strong Gathbandhan. Remember that in the din of the Maharashtra elections, a spurious victory of the BJP in that election, the Jharkhand election, victory of the Congress party with the Gathbandhan was lost in that din. We did very well in that election. We all complemented each other. We're going to do well in Bihar as well. And as for Delhi, I mean, the building blocks are already there, as shown by this election. We have to build on them. We've lost ground, but we're now gaining that ground. So I think it bodes well for the future. For the time being, yes, of course, we have to go back to the drawing board.
So mixed reactions there from the Congress party. Zafar Islam, you wanted to make a point, sir.
See, when he was talking about Bihar, I'm sure he must be very disappointed. But when he's talking about Bihar, when he's talking about Telangana, that after general election, after assembly election, general election, they had put up a very good performance. But in Bihar, I suspect whether they will really be given any seats by the RJD because they have made it very clear they were supporting Kejriwal, not Congress here. And Kejriwal has lost big time, and so is the other India Alliance partners. And Congress is one political party. Anyone associated with Congress, they eventually have to taste the defeat. Right. So I'm really suspecting that whether Congress will be accommodated by RJD in Bihar or not, that is something for everyone to see.
Okay, that's a very important point. Yeah, Anshul, you wanted to say something. See,
no, I just want to leave that to us. We'll figure out Bihar. I mean, they're on a back foot over there. They've got misgovernance. You know, what is really maybe disappointing for the Congress party in Delhi, but for the Delhiites, it's doomsday coming up. You know, the misgovernance that happened even during the Delhi riots, where the President of the United States was having dinner in the Rashtrapati Bhavan and there was a riot going on right under the nose of the Delhi police, managed by the BJP and the Modi government. So there's very little to hope for as far as Delhiites are concerned in Delhi, of course. But let's see, let's hope for the best that they can manage something.
Before I go to the political analyst, let me get in one comment from Hitesh Jain. Hitesh Jain, you're a city person yourself. You've seen Mumbai, you've seen Delhi. Tell us, and you also understand the BJP leadership. What can we expect from the BJP for Delhi? Because as a Delhi person myself, I do feel quite disappointed because there is lack of infrastructure. It does not really look like the capital of any country. Tell us, what can we expect once the BJP forms its government here and sets the ball rolling?
Vasudha, I'll give you a clear example. In Mumbai, one of the factors where the Bharatiya Janata Party did very well in the Maharashtra election, people were speaking about the infrastructure, Atal Setu, Coastal Road. People compared the regime of Uddhav Thackeray and the Congress government of the 2.5 years, and they saw the 2.5 years of the Mahayuti government. And in the Mahayuti government, you saw the speedy completion of the project. Metro 3 line was back on the track. I don't think people in Mumbai was complaining about the potholes on the road, and the development was clearly and visible, not only in Mumbai, but Mumbai, Pune, Mumbai to Nagpur, Samruddhi Mahamarg. Coming to Delhi, I think the plan, as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party leadership is concerned, I think they know their priority. I think they've spoken about providing the water connection to every house as the first priority, addressing the issues of garbage, addressing the issues of the road, and addressing the issues of the development for the capital of Delhi. I mean, Delhi being such an important city, it's a national capital, and it requires a development which I think it requires a top-class development. I mean, if you look at the model in Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, if you look at even in what you have seen now, basically in Mumbai, and if you compare with other states also like Madhya Pradesh and all, when the party is repeatedly getting the mandate, the party is in power in 2 terms, 3 terms, we are winning elections after election. This is when people trust the leadership, when people believe, when Prime Minister Modi speaks about the guarantee, they believe in the guarantee and they believe in the vision of the development. I think when you compare with the theatrics that we have seen, in the last 10 years, I think the narrative of development is very important. I also want to make one point very clear. On the day when the Congress party has scored 0 and their leadership until 11 o'clock is not even aware about the results. I think one of the press in the press interview, Priyanka Gandhi said she has not even looked at the results at 11 o'clock. I think it does not augurs well. Such arrogance is not good. If they want to be arrogant and if they don't want to look at the mandate of the people, I think they will continue to lose election after election. They set a too low a bar. They are very happy with the moral victory or 5.5%. I'm very glad the Congress party or the leadership have such kind of a vision. We wish them luck and we believe they should continue with such vision, because with such vision, they will be happy with the incremental 1% or 2% and will continue to win elections after.
I'll take a counter to that from Avijit, but Sumitra Goenka, very quickly tell us, ma'am, BJP seems to be leading on 15 out of the 22 bordering seats of Delhi, and this includes 7 of the 13 seats that border UP and 9 out of the 11 seats that border Haryana. So clearly there seems to be some impact of these states as well. How do you see BJP's performance in these areas?
Vasudha, good afternoon. I think people here have voted for development and change, and especially when they are looking at the neighboring states like Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, where many of the people are traveling daily for work reasons, they can see the change, the visible change in cities like Noida, Ghaziabad, Faridabad and all these areas where they are traveling every day, and they are seeing how work is coming to these areas, how the development is happening, be it the roads, be it the other infrastructure facilities, the job opportunities that these states are creating. So basically people are realizing the fact that continuing with Aam Aadmi Party is not going to take them towards developmental politics because no major project has been done in New Delhi. If you look at the other areas also,
नम्रता के साथ स्वीकार करते हैं जनता का निर्णय सर माथे पर। मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी को इस जीत के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि जिस उम्मीद के साथ और जिस आशा के साथ लोगों ने उनको बहुमत दिया है वो उन सभी उम्मीदों और आशाओं पे पूरा उतरेंगे। हमने पिछले 10 साल में जनता ने जो मौका दिया हमें, उन 10 सालों में हमने बहुत सारे काम किए, शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में, स्वास्थ्य के क्षेत्र में, पानी के क्षेत्र में, बिजली के क्षेत्र में और भी अलग अलग तरीके से लोगों को राहत पहुंचाने की कोशिश की उनकी ज़िंदगी में, और दिल्ली के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को भी हमने सुधारने की कोशिश की। अब जो जनता ने हमें निर्णय दिया है, हम न केवल एक कंस्ट्रक्टिव ऑपोजिशन का रोल निभाएंगे बल्कि हम समाज सेवा, जनता के सुख दुख में काम आना, व्यक्तिगत तौर पे जिसको भी जो ज़रूरत होगी हम लोगों के सुख दुख में हमेशा काम आएंगे, क्योंकि हम राजनीति में कोई सत्ता के लिए नहीं आए। हम राजनीति को एक ज़रिया मानते हैं जिसके ज़रिए जनता की सेवा की जा सके, जिसके ज़रिए लोगों के सुख दुख में काम आया जा सके। वो काम हम करते रहेंगे और हमें आगे भी इसी तरह से जनता के सुख दुख में काम आना है। मैं आम आदमी पार्टी के सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं। वो बहुत शानदार चुनाव लड़े, बहुत मेहनत की, उन्होंने बहुत कुछ सहा इस पूरे चुनाव के दौरान, उन्होंने बहुत शानदार चुनाव लड़ा। इसके लिए मैं उन सबको, सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं।
So Arvind Kejriwal there conceding defeat, but at the same time saying that he will play the role of constructive opposition there in the assembly. Important points there. Arvind Kejriwal himself has lost his seat in New Delhi constituency. Let me quickly get a political reaction there. Zafar Islam, you heard Arvind Kejriwal speak now. What do you have to say about this? Was this expected?
No, finally he has accepted defeat, and I think all the spokesperson who are still continuing to say that they will get the 35 seats or more than 35 seats will now stop claiming that, because their Supremo has accepted the defeat. But more importantly, he still continues to say that what he has done, what he has not done. Perhaps people have discarded him purely because he overpromised and under-delivered, and something which has actually exposed Kejriwal as a leader. And also all the people who have supported him, they deserted those people, something which also didn't work for them. As far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, we were very clear that we will stick to truth. We will only expose to Kejriwal what we have promised. We will deliver. And the Honorable Prime Minister's the confidence of people lies in the Honorable Prime Minister and his ability to deliver things to their steps. And also, since the Honorable Prime Minister has made these assurances that he will personally monitor the developmental program in Delhi.
Okay, Zafar
and
Islam,
he will.
Atishi, who has won elections, is speaking now. Let's listen in to what she says.
विधानसभा का धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ जो उन्होंने मुझ पर भरोसा दिखाया। मैं अपनी पूरी टीम का धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ जिन्होंने बाहुबल, गुंडागर्दी, मार पिटाई का सामना भी करते हुए ज़मीनी स्तर पे मेहनत करी और जनता तक पहुँचे। बाकी दिल्ली की जनता का जनादेश है, हमें जनादेश स्वीकार है। ये मैं अपनी सीट जीती हूँ, लेकिन ये जीत का समय नहीं है, ये जंग का समय ही है। जंग जारी रहेगी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के खिलाफ, उनकी तानाशाही और उनकी गुंडागर्दी के खिलाफ। आम आदमी पार्टी हमेशा गलत के खिलाफ लड़ती आई है और हमेशा गलत के खिलाफ लड़ती रहेगी। ये ज़रूर एक सेटबैक है, लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी का संघर्ष दिल्ली के लोगों के लिए, देश के लोगों के लिए कभी खत्म नहीं होगा। मैम प्लीज अगेन, नहीं।
Okay, Atishi there saying that this is not the day to celebrate her victory, and of course she says that she has accepted the party's defeat. Let me go across to Madan Mohan there, who's also a political analyst. Atishi winning her seat, but Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia losing their seats. What does this mean for the larger politics of Aam Aadmi Party, sir?
Madam, first of all, I would like to congratulate all the winners of this election. There are several reasons behind it. Because BJP has just got the election in a, you can say, it is a very strategical elections for the BJP, because BJP has targeted middle class. It has been seen that it was the general trend that in Lok Sabha election, BJP middle class voter voted for the BJP, and in Vidhan Sabha election it swings to the Aam Aadmi Party. But this time BJP has just kept their swing towards the middle class voters voted for this time BJP. There are other reasons, that is Joggi voter have also voted for BJP because BJP has strategically maintained the influence in the Joggi area with their Vistarak. There are other reasons.
Win for the BJP is what you're saying. I'll come back to you. Also, Sujata, I'll have to take some questions from you as well. But let's, today is the day of celebration for the BJP, and it's the winners' day. It's winners take it all. Let's go across to my colleague Nupur, who's been reporting from the BJP office today. Nupur, tell us, what is the mood like? Of course, the Prime Minister is going to be there at 7:30 today. It's going to be there at the BJP headquarters, but it's the BJP state office, which has also been bustling with a lot of activity since the last few days. Take us through the sentiment today.
Well, today we are seeing there are celebrations all around in the Delhi office, Delhi BJP office. If you can see, there are firecrackers, there are bands. People are celebrating all across. They are celebrating on the street in front of the office. They are celebrating inside the office. There are sweets being distributed. If you can see the mood of the people, flags are, today BJP flags are flying high, and the mood is really high with the people, and people are celebrating with colors, and people are having sweets, and right now we are just taking you through inside towards the entrance of the BJP Delhi headquarters, which is packed with supporters. The supporters have lined up since, and this is, I can tell you, this has been going on for past 1.5 hours since we are here. The celebrations are not stopping. People are celebrating, and the BJP worker is celebrating today. The people, they are on roads. They're, firecrackers all around. They're bursting firecrackers. Even though Delhi has banned firecrackers, still we see firecrackers being burned here. People are in a celebratory mood, and inside also you can, if you can zoom in, you will see that people are dancing and people are celebrating. The BJP workers are celebrating with colors. Colors are flying inside the Delhi BJP headquarters, and they are exchanging greetings and everything. So all in all, the mood is quite high today in the Delhi BJP office. So the celebrations are not stopping, and I assure you, even after 1 hour or 2 hours, they will be celebrating. People have been dancing and all. So their mood is quite high today.
Thank you, Nupur, for joining us with those details. Sujata, BJP has been riding this electoral high for the past few months. Maharashtra elections, Haryana elections, and now this is a hat-trick with Delhi elections. Prime Minister goes to the US and before that Paris. So these are important geopolitical meetings that are coming up. Of course, this is not really going to have an impact on that, but clearly this has given a lot of impetus to the Prime Minister, who of course faced a personal setback with the reduced mandate that we saw in Lok Sabha 2024. Tell us, how do you see the BJP from here on, aggressively countering the opposition? Because clearly the opposition is getting reduced in all states. And what are the corrective measures that you think helped the BJP?
So I think today, if there is one statement that would fit in to the enthusiasm of BJP is, how's the Josh? So they would all say, hi sir, or probably very high sir, because they ended a dry spell of about 2 decades. So it's a remarkable victory for them. But what I see from here is that they will have higher expectation. People of Delhi will expect much better governance, much better law and order, which seems to be a concern now, infrastructure, roads. And with AAP being in MCD, I see BJP will have some sort of, issues to look into there, so that we might see some, blame game over there as well. I also see that BJP, in whether it's Odisha or in Delhi, these are the 2 states where they were never in power, and it was supposed to be led by a personality-driven party like Naveen Patnaik there, and here Arvind Kejriwal. And now with both the forts being breached, you would see a BJP even entering states where people thought that they would never enter. And I mean, just look at their trends. Whichever state they go to, then they unlike Congress, once Congress goes out of power, they lose their organizational strength. They'll lose, they'll probably become party number 3, because most of the cases a regional party will come and take their place. Right. That happened in Delhi. That happened in Uttar Pradesh when they lost. Samajwadi Party took their. That happened in Bihar too. But BJP only adds on from there. So I see a much stronger BJP in Delhi, better coordination between the center and the the state leadership, which is good for the Delhi people, because I think by this mandate looks like Delhi people were tired of this blame game. ये नहीं किया, LG नहीं करने दे रहा है, तो मोदी नहीं करने दे रहे हैं. And because at the end of the day, I mean, the आम जनता is not bothered about कि कौन नहीं करने दे रहा है, because they have to face. They want the roads to be better. They want the sewers to be clean. They don't want to see the garbage, mountains of garbage and the air pollution. People choking to death. I think it's
the Delhi voter there sending out a message or two. A very clear message, a decisive mandate there for the BJP. And of course, this means that the BJP's electoral high continues with its victories both in Maharashtra and Haryana. It's time for a short break. We'll be back with more voices and visuals on the Delhi outcome in just a bit.
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें NDTV का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो NDTV ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है, जानने के लिए देखिए हमारी स्वीट लव स्टोरी लव यापा आपके नजदीकी सिनेमा घरों में।
तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए बानी को दोगे और बानी तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए गौरव को दोगे।
और न्यूज के लिए कीप वॉचिंग NDTV।
हर 2 साल में फोन बदले जाते हैं गुच्ची।
NDTV ऐप नहीं।
Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmakers. NDTV keeps you ahead.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith. The world's biggest spiritual festival. The divine dip at the spiritual Sangam. A sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025. Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmakers. NDTV keeps you ahead.
I've been reporting on all.
Welcome back. It's a big day for Delhi, blockbuster election outcome day, and BJP has stormed back to power in the capital after 27 long years. It's an emotive day for the supporters of the BJP and also an important day for the people of Delhi as politics changes from here on. For the capital city, Aam Aadmi Party big guns, Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, have lost their seats, and this is a huge setback for the Aam Aadmi Party, which anyway was facing turbulent times with the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal's banking on his welfare promises, clearly that hasn't worked this time, and the BJP, which has promised work with welfare, has come back to power in Delhi after 27 long years. A big comeback, a significant comeback, and something that is reflective of the kind of campaigns that the party has had both in Haryana and Maharashtra, where the party has managed to win landslide victories. There, BJP registering a comfortable victory with 48-seat lead, and the Aam Aadmi Party on 22. Now, the man of the hour, the visuals there that you see, Parvesh Verma, somebody who has defeated Arvind Kejriwal, someone who gave a difficult time to the BJP. He stands defeated today, and it was Parvesh Verma who had contested against him from the prestigious New Delhi constituency known for giving us the chief ministers of New Delhi. Parvesh Verma has defeated Arvind Kejriwal, and those visuals of his celebrations there. My colleague Aishwarya Jain has managed to strike a conversation with him. In fact, NDTV is the first channel to get him on record. Let's listen in to that conversation.
The giant killer of the Delhi elections 2025, Parvesh Verma, who defeated Arvind Kejriwal, is joining us. Thank you so much for speaking to us. कितनी बड़ी जीत, किस तरीके से पूरे कैंपेन को याद करते हैं, और अब दिल्ली में 27 साल के बाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी आ चुकी है, क्या कुछ कहेंगे, क्या संदेश है, पूरे चुनाव को किस तरीके से याद करते हैं?
मैं सबसे पहले तो दिल्ली वासियों को इस बात के लिए बधाई देता हूं कि एक उन्होंने अच्छा फैसला किया है। ये जीत का श्रेय मैं हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी को, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष आदरणीय जेपी नड्डा जी को, हमारे गृह मंत्री जी आदरणीय अमित शाह जी को, ये सब वो चेहरे हैं जिन्होंने दिल्ली में असली जीत को हासिल किया है।
और इनके ऊपर में विश्वास करके दिल्ली की जनता ने हमें ये मैंडेट दिया है।
Well, the Chief Minister of Haryana, Nayaab Singh Saini, also a BJP leader, joins us on the phone line. Mr. Saini, आपने एक बहुत ही पिवटल रोल प्ले किया था दिल्ली के कैंपेन में। यमुना तक आप गए थे, आपने उसका पानी भी पिया था, और आज अरविंद केजरीवाल की हार हो गई है, आम आदमी पार्टी की हार हो गई है। इसको आप कैसे देखते हैं सर?
दीदी, मैंने उस दिन कहा था कि ये झूठ बोल रहा है, इसने झूठ बोल करके दिल्ली के लोगों में भय पैदा किया है। और ये व्यक्ति, जब जिस व्यक्ति ने हरियाणा की माटी पे जन्म लिया हो, ये हरियाणा का नहीं रहा, उसी को ऊपर आरोप लगा दिया, तो ये दिल्ली का कैसे होगा? ये दिल्ली में भी इसको हार का मुंह देखना पड़ेगा। और दिल्ली के लोगों ने वो अपना संदेश वो दे दिया है, वो सुना दिया है फरमान, और आपदा सरकार को बाहर किया है। और दिल्ली के अंदर वहाँ के लोग जिन आदरणीय मोदी जी की नीतियों से, जिन योजनाओं से वंचित थे, जिनको इसने वंचित किया हुआ था, मुझे आज खुशी है इस बात की कि आज वो सब योजनाएं, वो सब जो जिनसे वंचित दिल्ली के लोग थे, उनका लाभ मिलना दिल्ली के लोगों को शुरू हो जाएगा। और इस प्रकार का इसने नैरेटिव सेट करने की कोशिश की कि हरियाणा के लोग यमुना के जल में जहर मिला करके दे रहे हैं, उसका जवाब दिल्ली के लोगों ने दे दिया है। और आदरणीय मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में हम दिल्ली के अंदर स्वच्छ जल हम पहले भी दे रहे थे। जो दिल्ली में ये केजरीवाल स्वच्छ जल देने में नाकाम रहा है, हमारी ये गारंटी है, मोदी जी की गारंटी है, हम दिल्ली के लोगों को स्वच्छ जल पहुंचाने का काम करेंगे। आज दिल्ली के लोगों ने मोदी जी की नीतियां और हमारे नड्डा जी के उस कुशल नेतृत्व के ऊपर मोहर लगाई है। हमारी तमाम उच्च लीडरशिप जो दिल्ली के अंदर लगी रही और उसके ऊपर बड़ा विश्वास मोदी जी की नीतियों पे किया है, आज उसका परिणाम है कि दिल्ली के लोगों ने एक बड़ा विश्वास भारतीय जनता पार्टी।
राइट। मिस्टर सैनी, जब हरियाणा में बीजेपी की जीत हुई थी तो वो काफ़ी एक सरप्राइज की तरह देखा गया था, क्योंकि हमें बहुत सारों को लगा था कि शायद कांग्रेस ज़्यादा पावरफुल पोजीशन में है। लेकिन आज जब बीजेपी की जीत दिल्ली में हुई है तो ये एक्सपेक्टेड भी था, इसके साथ साथ हरियाणा की विक्ट्री का इम्पैक्ट भी इसमें दिख रहा है। आपको लगता है कि इसका एक प्रभाव पड़ा है हरियाणा में जो बीजेपी की विक्ट्री हुई थी उसका?
केजरीवाल कांग्रेस पार्टी एक ही थैली के चट्टे बट्टे हैं, दोनों भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त रहते हैं और दोनों झूठ के माहिर हैं। झूठ बोल करके उनको इस प्रकार का करने वाले हैं, परंतु सब प्रचार करते हैं। अब इनका चेहरा जनता के साथ है, ईमानदारी नकाब जो उतारा है उसके अंदर भ्रष्टाचार ही दिखाई दे रहा है। और अब मोदी जी की जो नीतियों के ऊपर विश्वास किया है, हम डट करके हरियाणा प्रदेश को, दिल्ली को और जो विकसित राष्ट्र बनाने का आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने एक सपना देखा है, उसमें दिल्ली भी मजबूती से आगे खड़ा होकर के लगेगा।
राइट। मिस्टर सैनी, यमुना की क्लीनिंग में अब हरियाणा की तरफ से कितना कोऑपरेशन मिलेगा दिल्ली को, क्योंकि दोनों प्रदेशों में जो है बीजेपी की सरकार होगी?
देखिए दीदी, हम पहले भी जो यमुना स्वच्छ है उसको लेकर के काम कर रहे थे। हमने कभी भी, क्योंकि हमारी पवित्र नदियों को हम माँ के समान मानते हैं और उनको गंदा करना नहीं, उनको स्वच्छ, वो हमें पानी देती है, हमें जीवन देती है। परंतु केजरीवाल ने जिस प्रकार से वायदा किया दिल्ली के लोगों से और उसको पूरा नहीं किया, लोगों को गंदा पानी पीने के ऊपर मजबूर किया, तो हमारा पूरा कोऑपरेशन रहेगा, उसमें कोई दिक्कत समस्या नहीं आने देंगे।
राइट। मिस्टर सैनी, केजरीवाल अपने आप को हरियाणा का बेटा मानते हैं और उस तरह उन्होंने बात भी की है कैंपेन में। आम आदमी पार्टी के फ्यूचर को आप किस तरह देखते हैं? हरियाणा में स्पेसिफिकली आम आदमी पार्टी जो एक्सपैंड करना चाह रही थी, उसको आप कैसे देखते हैं?
अब को बताना चाहता हूँ, इसका फ्यूचर नहीं है कहीं। ये एक बुलबुले की तरह था और बुलबुला फूट गया। ये ईमानदारी का ढोंग करके आया था, ईमानदारी का नकाब पहन करके आया था, ईमानदारी का चोला इनके चेहरे से उतर गया। ये जितने लोग थे जिन्होंने आम आदमी को खड़ा किया, ये किया था और इन्होंने कोई दौरा नहीं। आज दिल्ली की लोगों को जेल के अंदर भी है और उनको बाहर जेल का रास्ता दिखाने का काम किया इस आपदा सरकार को। का कोई भविष्य नहीं है। ये लोग विकास नहीं, ये अपनी सुविधा के लिए काम करते थे।
ओके मिस्टर सैनी, आखिरी क्वेश्चन सर, जो भाषा केजरीवाल जी ने इस्तेमाल की थी कि हरियाणा का जो गवर्नमेंट है, हरियाणा के जो लोग हैं, वो हरियाणा का जो बीजेपी सरकार है वो दिल्ली के लोगों को मारना चाहती है, आपको लगता है कि इस भाषा के कारण भी लोगों में कोई नाराजगी बढ़ गई थी उनके खिलाफ?
देखिए, मैं पानी पी करके आया हूँ, मैंने कहा कि हम स्वच्छ दे रहे हैं। मैंने वहाँ माँ यमुना का पानी जाकर के आचमन किया है। और दिल्ली का फिर जब इसने वहां पर जाकर के बोला, मैंने दिल्ली के अंदर भी अपना पानी भी लेकर के गया और दिल्ली जहां यमुना का पानी था उस पानी को भी दिखाया। मैंने दोनों बोतलें दिखाई, एकदम अंतर स्पष्ट आ रहा था कि ये गंदा पानी पीने को मजबूर कर रहा। इसने कोई काम ही नहीं किया। पानी को लेकर के लोग गंदा पानी पीते रहे, लोग कराते रहे, कहीं सफाई व्यवस्था नहीं, सीवरेज अटे पड़े रहे। क्या हालात इसने दिल्ली का किया। पीछे इसने दिल्ली को धकेलने का काम किया और अपनी सुविधा बढ़ा ली, शीश महल खड़ा कर लिया, शीश महल के अंदर 15 करोड़ का सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट लगा दिया। ये सारी सुविधाएं तो खड़ी कर दी, परंतु दिल्ली को नहीं मिली, दिल्ली वंचित रही उससे। अब ये चेहरा दिल्ली के लोगों ने इसका ईमानदारी का उतारा है।
Thank you, Mr. Saini. हमसे जुड़ने के लिए नायब सिंह सैनी, Haryana Chief Minister there, who played a pivotal role in the BJP's campaign, especially in the campaign surrounding Yamuna, joined us now. Also joining us now is Swati Maliwal, who is Rajya Sabha MP. Swati, thank you so much for joining us on NDTV. Today, is it a day of personal validation for you, ma'am? Because you've also fought a lot of struggles. You have, exposed what really went on with you. Today, how do you feel personally, professionally with the defeat of not just Aam Aadmi Party but also Arvind Kejriwal?
Ma'am, I feel that if a person gets extremely arrogant and stops working for the people, then I think people teach that man a lesson. And that is exactly what has happened with Mr. Arvind Kejriwal today. It is actually very sad that a party that, because all of us have contributed so much to the party, and we came with a vision that we are going to change the state of Delhi, the state of country. And unfortunately, because of our leadership who does not believe in internal democracy, who actually believes that he can get away with anything, with speaking any lie, with actually beating up people, and he'll be able to get away with all of that. I think somewhere it is really unfortunate, because in a way the dream of Delhi has been lost. So it's really, really unfortunate that we have suffered such a huge defeat. But I blame Mr. Arvind Kejriwal completely for this, because he has become extremely arrogant and he feels that he can get away with any kind of bad behavior.
Swati, you were also part of this movement for many years and you have worked very hard for this. Tell us, what was at one point where not just the middle class but also sections of the Jhuggi Jhopdi started getting disenchanted with Aam Aadmi Party's politics? Was it because the delivery of schemes was not what it was really being marketed as?
I think what they talk and what they walk, I think these are very two different things. Because you see, in Delhi right now, go to any locality, go to any colony, and that's exactly what I have been doing for the past 6 months. I have been going to different areas. It is in shambles. There is absolutely no governance. The roads are broken. The drainage system is overflowing. There is filth and garbage on roads. Water supply is absolutely polluted. We are having either black water or yellow, dirty, disgusting water, or no water at all. Yamuna is extremely polluted. There is air pollution and people are very angry. And while all of this is going on, what does Mr. Arvind Kejriwal do? He actually creates a sheesh mahal. He builds a house for himself out of government funds, which is for 100 crores. It has 6 crores worth of curtains. It has 50 lakhs of carpets, and not just one carpet. I mean, there are many carpets in that house worth that amount. There is a bar made out of government funds. So obviously people are angry that on one end, you say that you will never take any security, you will never take any government house. And on the other end, you actually indulge in such kind of flashy luxuries using public money. On one end, you say that you want to work on women's safety. On the other end, you actually ensure that a woman parliamentarian is beaten in your house, she's thrown away, and the man, the mamuli gunda who actually beat me up. Arvind Kejriwal ji has left no stone unturned to make sure that he remains protected. He's got Z plus security from Punjab government. He's right now chief advisor to Bhagwant Mann ji. What is his qualification? How come a Mamuli Gunda, what is his call to fame? Only the fact that this Mamuli Gunda beat me up. So if you go to that extent, people are not foolish. They can see through your lies, they can see through the facade. And it's so unfortunate because you see, Aam Aadmi Party is my party also. I've given my 18 years of life, my sweat, my blood into making this party, into building it, into doing so much of work for the welfare of people. And suddenly, something like this happens where the leadership just completely loses the plot.
Right. Also, Swati, where do you think the party actually lost its focus? And also, what do you see how do you see the future of Aam Aadmi Party from here on? Because, you know, keeping its flock of 22, 23 MLAs together, or whatever the number is also going to be challenging. Punjab government has also not been able to deliver on a lot of its promises. That's going to be a challenge as well. How do you see the future of Aam Aadmi Party from here on? And what was at one point where you think the party made the biggest mistake of its political career?
I think it is very important that we should stick to our value system. If our value system goes down, if you create a sheesh mahal, if you ensure that in your own house women are beaten up, and you actually protect the goons who do that, and you actually instigate that attack and you get it done, I think people are able to see through it. And people are very angry because today, unfortunately, while they claimed and they made very tall claims that we are going to make Delhi a world-class city, it's going to be better than London, it's going to be better than Paris. Today, the condition is such that we are reaching levels of South Sudan.
Right.
So in such a scenario where people are facing such difficulties on a daily basis, and the top leadership, the chief minister and the former minister are just making press conferences every day, just lies and lies and lies, obviously people get angry and they take away the mandate that they had given.
So I think one last question, what about your own political future? Do you see yourself joining any other party, because you still, you know, are RSMP from Aam Aadmi Party? Where can we see you, you know, participating as, you know, a politician?
I am an Aam Aadmi Party Rajya Sabha MP and I will continue to be so. A lot of people ask me that because I raise questions on the leadership, why should I not resign? But my question is that why should I resign? I have not done anything wrong. If somebody will beat me up, obviously I'll file a police complaint. What is wrong in that? If people of Delhi are suffering and if they're calling me and they're giving me complaints, I will obviously visit them and I will try and support them in their fight. What is wrong in that? So I'm not going to resign. I'm going to continue with the Aam Aadmi Party, but really the leadership needs to think, needs to introspect and needs to be a little bit ashamed of what they have brought us all to.
Right. Thank you, Swati Mal. Strong words from you, Rajya Sabha MP from the Aam Aadmi Party. Swati Maliwal, somebody who was, you know, a volunteer with the Aam Aadmi Party, also a member, somebody who has worked greatly for the party, saying that the party did not walk the talk when it came to its promises, ideology, and also prospects of governance. Also, my colleague Aishwarya spoke to Parvesh Singh Verma, the man of the moment, in some ways also one of the top contenders of to be the CM of New Delhi from the BJP. Let's listen into that conversation.
Well, a very, very emotional family. Today, Parvesh Verma has scripted history by defeating Aam Aadmi Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal from New Delhi Assembly constituency. I'm being joined by the family who stood by Parvesh Verma in his lows, in his highs. And Swati ji, what you have to say today, quite emotional. It's a big day. And a day which you want to remember for your entire life.
Yes, it's a very, very memorable moment. And we just want to enjoy at this time. We are very thankful to each and every person, starting from our leadership, respected Modi ji, respected Nadda ji, respected Amit Shah ji, everyone who showed confidence in us, then voters, each and every karyakarta, family members, everyone we want to thank, and we are very happy that the support which we got from everyone, we'll live up to it.
You have been with Sir for quite a long time now. Do you think that these elections were the most difficult ones that he fought till date?
No, each and every election is tough, because when we were there in Mehrauli, that was our first election. in the past history, I'll say, कि Parvesh was the first one who won that election as a BJP candidate from Mehrauli. Then other two rest MP elections, they were equally tough. He won by big margins. He was among the top 5 person, and now this election. So each and every election is different. It's tough, and he is capable of doing it.
How proud are you of your father today?
I don't think I have words to quite describe the moment. I think my entire family is very proud of all the work that he's done in the past, in the past 2 months, especially in New Delhi. There is a reason that the New Delhi constituency members have voted for him in the high margins that they have, the confidence that they've shown for him. So I would just like to thank them. I would like to thank every family member, as my mom said. I'd like to thank every party member, every karyakarta that showed confidence in him, and we promise that we will live up to your expectations in the next 5 years.
Of course, people have expectations, but as a daughter, you have some expectations for your father as well, after being elected as an MLA, and probably some bigger position that he could get.
I have all expectations from Papa because I have worked on the ground, and the promises I have made to everyone that my father will do all the work that Kejriwal made promises about. And I just hope Papa can fulfill all their wishes, can leaves no ground unturned to give them everything that they deserve and make Delhi a better city.
We also saw that video of Mr. Parvesh Verma with all of you sitting on a dining table and discussing about the day is all about. Did you miss your dad at a time when he used to go for campaigning all around for days?
Well, mostly whenever he went for campaigning, we went to a different place for campaigning as well. So we weren't at home alone for most of the time. But whenever we were, sure, we did miss him. But at night when he came after campaigning, or in the morning before he went for campaigning, we did have a lot of chats with him. We ate breakfast, we ate dinner with him. And that was all perfectly fine with us because he was spending time with his second family. He was serving them. He was taking away their problems. And that was perfectly all right by us.
How did you hold the entire family together at this tough time?
No, these kids are born and brought up in a political family, so they are used to all these things. And we believe that if we have chosen something, we should fulfill it to the fullest. And that Parvesh will be doing. And as a family, we are always there to support him.
Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. The entire family who stood together in tough times and now at the highs with Parvesh Verma, who defeated Arvind Kejriwal from New Delhi Assembly constituency. This is Ishwar for NDTV with video journalist Azam.
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें NDTV का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो NDTV ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है जानने के लिए देखिए हमारी स्वीट लव स्टोरी लव्यापा आपके नजदीकी सिनेमा घरों में।
तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए बानी को दोगे और बानी तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए गौरव को दोगे।
और न्यूज के लिए कीप वॉचिंग NDTV।
हर 2 साल में फोन बदले जाते हैं गुच्ची।
NDTV ऐप नहीं।
Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmakers. NDTV keeps you ahead.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, a festival of faith. The world's biggest spiritual festival. The divine dip at the spiritual Sangam. a sacred confluence of faith, culture, and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025. Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmakers. NDTV keeps you ahead.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, a festival of
दिल्ली की जनता ने विकास का रास्ता चुना, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व को चुना।
Parvesh Verma, ladies and gentlemen, has been the David who has, in fact, today defeated the Goliath Arvind Kejriwal. New Delhi constituency, where it all started for Arvind Kejriwal in 2025. New Delhi constituency has given a resounding mandate to the BJP and a message to Arvind Kejriwal. He has lost his own seat, and such a turn of fortunes as far as Delhi is concerned. Hello and welcome to NDTV, our continuous coverage, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment of this massive tectonic shift that has taken place in the political fortunes of Delhi, electoral fortunes of Delhi. The BJP, which was relegated to a single-digit 8 in 2020 election, has made a resounding comeback. 47 is what the BJP is standing at. Aam Aadmi Party at 23 at this moment. 39 seat up from 2020 and 39 seat down from 2020 is the story of the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. And BJP making a comeback in the national capital after 27 long years. The big question now, of course, who is going to be the chief minister of Delhi? Arvind Kejriwal has lost his election. Manish Sisodia has lost his election. Saurabh Bhardwaj, all the top faces of the Aam Aadmi Party at this moment have tasted electoral drubbing. This will be the first time since inception in Delhi. Aam Aadmi Party will be sitting in the opposition while the BJP makes a massive comeback. 15 years of Sheila Dikshit, 11 years of Arvind Kejriwal, with between 1 year of the president rule as well, 27 years at this moment. We'll get you all the latest at this moment. Celebrations all across. My colleague Anushka is joining us from the Delhi BJP headquarters. Viren Sachdeva, Anushka, will be a lucky man. He's the party president who has taken BJP home to this resounding victory.
Well, certainly, Ankit, we're at the National BJP headquarters and we are seeing that the celebration is ongoing. Looks like Holi has come in early for the BJP this year. We'll show you some visuals campus also, you can clearly be seen that whole lot of preparation is going on to welcome the Prime Minister, to welcome Virendra Sachdeva and all of the party Karyakartas who have in fact given their all to this election. Now remember, BJP is about to make a comeback after 27 odd years. And this is a time of celebration for the BJP because we are seeing that the Aam Aadmi Party, if you talk about it, first Aam Aadmi Party came with number of seats is at 67, and after that Aam Aadmi Party came with 62 seats. But now we are seeing that the Aam Aadmi Party is trailing behind, and the BJP has in fact, is leading from 47 seats. And we're also seeing that the people of Delhi have given their mandate. We are showing you the visuals from national headquarters where the Prime Minister is set to arrive at 5:30. That is the time that we are given to understand that he will be coming around 5:30. Also, all of the BJP senior leaders, top brass, if you talk about JP Nadda, if you talk about Amit Shah, everyone will be present here to in fact celebrate this astounding victory, the mandate that the people have given to the BJP. Also, we saw that the Aam Aadmi Party, who was quite sure, quite certain that they are going to be making a government with a comfortable margin. This might have come as a shock for the Aam Aadmi Party, given that they were in fact here, ruling for about 10 years, 10 to 11 years. But also we are seeing that the BJP had left no stones unturned, whether the welfare schemes that was announced by the BJP or the other developmental work that the BJP had done, in other states as well. Now BJP banked on all those factors. We saw several of the BJP top leaders coming here to campaign, and now we have definitely seen that the BJP has in fact warmed up to the hearts of the Delhi people. We're seeing that the whole environment, the whole atmosphere is in fact right now we're seeing is of celebration, and seems like Holi has come in early for the BJP here.
Right.
We'll show you some.
Anushka, just stay on with me. Let's go across to Ishika, my colleague, who is speaking to Kailash Gehlot, a minister in the Aam Aadmi Party government, switched to BJP. Listen in.
The issues which were in 2015, and I think people have made the right decision, and I have been repeatedly saying that people wanted change.
So in fact, now we are seeing
has won on the BJP ticket this time from the Bijwasan constituency. He left his constituency of Najafgarh, went to Bijwasan to contest on the BJP ticket, was a minister in the Aam Aadmi Party government, transport minister. Let's listen in once again to what he said.
Congratulations, sirs. What were those issues you think that the people voted you for?
I told you many times, the issues are the same. Pani, bijli, sadkein. And I have been repeatedly saying the issues are the same exactly, the issues which were in 2015. And I think people have made the right decision, and I have been repeatedly saying that people wanted change.
So in fact, now we are seeing that, be it the heavyweights of the Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal has lost the election, Manish Sisodia has lost the election, Saurabh Bhardwaj has lost the election. So do you think now, sir, that it was the right decision to in fact switch sides?
I think when I resigned that day, I made a very simple and short statement, but it was a very powerful and loaded statement. That Aam Aadmi Party is not the same party which Delhiites saw in 2015. And Arvind Kejriwal is not the same Arvind Kejriwal who was in 2015. I think people have made the right decision, and ये वो आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं जिसको हमने उस टाइम, तो मैं जब हम कह रहा हूँ, it's not just Kailash Gehlot. It's lakhs and crores of Karyakartas who had joined Aam Aadmi Party that time. पार्टी मतलब देखिए कितनी विडंबना की बात है, एक पार्टी जिसने अपना जन्म लिया शुरुआत की करप्शन के खिलाफ, वो खुद वो सब उनके मंत्री, उनके एमएलए सब करप्शन में फंसे हुए हैं, तो इससे बड़ा और क्या स्टेटमेंट हो सकता है?
सर मेरा एक आखिरी सवाल आपसे ये है, you have
Well, it's a big day for Delhi. Delhi election outcomes are out, and it's a big day for the BJP. Celebrations on. BJP is all set to form the government in Delhi after 27 long years. Joining us now is former Minister and former MP Smriti Irani. Smriti Irani, thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us on NDTV. everyone is saying that this is an emotional, moment for their lives. And as somebody who grew up in Delhi, what does BJP coming back to power in the capital of India after 27 long years, what does this mean for you?
Well, as somebody who is one was also witness to the agitation where there were promises made for change in Indian polity, where Arvind Kejriwal was supposedly the promise of a new
Okay, so we will try connecting with Smriti Irani in just a bit. Those visuals there.
She's traveling somewhere, and that's why we are not getting proper connection. We'll try and speak to her, but it's so interesting. Like when you introduced her, she's lived in Delhi. She's fought an election in Delhi from the Chandni Chowk constituency. Exactly, and it would be very, very interesting to see, because those were different times, and how politics has come, from the time of Chandni Chowk, where she fought against Kapil Sibal, now to the BJP, in fact, making a comeback in such a big way as far as Delhi is concerned. 47 seats, 39 seats up from last time is something, a big turnaround. Let's go ahead.
Okay, she is back. In fact, she's in Kumbh today. Smriti, you were telling us about what this means, what this signifies for you.
I think it is spiritual confluence, Vasudha, where many Sanatanis were witness to the diatribe by Kejriwal against the Ram Mandir, against Kashmiri Pandits. This is a double day of celebration. But most importantly, I believe that Kejriwal had positioned himself as the harbinger of social reform, that he was now anointed as one of the most corrupt politicians in India, is the reason why he's been ousted from office. His personal political loss in Delhi and those of all the ministers who were contributors to his corrupt ways of governance, I think is also telling. It is a gratitude that I feel for the citizens of Delhi who have given him a resounding defeat. I think also the fact that in Indian political history, for the first time possibly, one man's guarantee ensured the rout of Aam Aadmi Party, and that man being Narendra Modi. So this is, of course, an occasion for great celebration by BJP workers who had been waiting for 27 years for sweet victory in Delhi.
Smriti ji, if I may ask you, like you said, it's Arvind Kejriwal, because he made it a referendum about himself. He said, if you think I am non-corrupt, if you think I haven't done anything, then put me back on the chair of the chief minister. Do you see this as people speaking to him?
Well, they have left him free enough to go to jail now. They have left him free enough to now go to jail and pay for his crimes. That's what the citizens of Delhi have done.
Right. Also, Smriti, what does this mean for the BJP? Because, we saw landslide victories both in Haryana and Maharashtra and now Delhi. But does this also in some ways...
It means BJP is poised for victory in Bihar now.
But then can I also then ask you, what does this mean for the India bloc which came together in 2024 election, a minor setback there in the results of 2024? What does it mean for them?
I think what the India bloc feels or what it means for them is best articulated by Umar Abdullah's tweet, "Aur lado aapas mein." This is an alliance which was power hungry, which is shattered in the Lok Sabha elections itself. And the fact that they came to a notch in Delhi, I think is telling about their leadership, that they cannot not only form alliances for the betterment of their own political prospects, but theirs is an unholy alliance on which the citizens of India, and particularly the citizens of Delhi, had absolutely no confidence in.
Right. Also, ma'am, what is it that BJP is getting right about its political campaign after 2024 Lok Sabha elections? Because these victories, hat-trick victories, both in Haryana, Maharashtra...
I think the one thing BJP got absolutely right was to make Narendra Modi the prime ministerial candidate for 2014 and his incessant victory. That's the one thing. To have the Sachin Tendulkar of the game as the opening and omnipotent batsman, I think is what we've done the best for our organization. But I also believe that the organizational skills of the BJP leadership where you are not restrained to only doing big sabhas or big political rallies or events, but the fact that the BJP leadership has ensured that a disciplined organizational structure reaches out to every citizen, to every family, to every home. I think quintessentially that is one of our greatest strengths. That we have a face like Narendra Modi, but we also have feet on ground karyakartas who will go home to home, knocking on the doors, asking for support and blessings under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. And a proven track record that whatever we make promises in terms of our manifesto, we deliver. Jo kaha, wo kiya. That, I think, is another big strength of the BJP.
Right. Also, ma'am, does this mean that the campaigns that the opposition started with around the constitution, does that mean the BJP has put a full stop on all of that?
I think that the opposition is well within its right to mount any campaign that they so desire. That does not in any way mean that we as organizational karyakartas will not live up to our full potential to ensure that the competition in terms of political campaigns and especially the misinformation that they use as a political weapon can be met with facts. I will not, in fact, be myopic enough to believe that there will never be an opposition. There'll always be spurts of the opposition, that the opposition is not endowed with political potential, intellect, or does not enjoy the confidence of the people. That is something for opposition leaders to reflect on. That is not something that the Bharatiya Janata Party or our karyakartas need to bother about.
Ma'am, right in the end, let me ask you one more question. You are in Uttar Pradesh, you are in Prayagraj. There is a victory there to be celebrated in Milkipur as well. What does that mean for Uttar Pradesh? Because there was a lot said about Faizabad defeat as far as the BJP is concerned.
Be it Faizabad or Delhi, I think what has been resounding is the sheer arrogance of no matter who the opposition leader who has possibly mounted an attack on the BJP, be it the arrogance of Akhilesh with regards to Uttar Pradesh and particularly Ayodhya, or the arrogance of Arvind Kejriwal who thought that Modi can never defeat him. I think today is the political demise of that arrogance that is espoused by the alliance which was brought forth by the Congress party. And today is the victory of good governance, and especially Modi's guarantee. That brings us much delight and joy.
Thank you, Smriti Irani, former Minister, former MP from the BJP, joining us on NDTV, saying that it's a win of good governance today. And also back to those visuals there of Atishi, Arvind Kejriwal, and
I think these are the visuals of just a short while back. These are visuals of earlier when they were in power. But the fact remains at this moment that we saw before this Parvesh Verma at the Hanuman temple. Arvind Kejriwal also used that as symbolism for his politics. But at this moment, look at that. These visuals of Parvesh Verma at the temple celebrating his victory.
All right, we have Union Minister Hardeep Puri joining us now. Mr. Puri, really appreciate your time here on NDTV. As someone who was campaigning for the national capital extensively, what are the factors that led to this resounding victory of your party?
Well, let me start by saying that the mandate is a victory for democratic exercise of choice. It's a victory for development. It's a victory for good governance. And it's a very clear victory and endorsement of the Prime Minister's model of good governance is good politics. In other words, we have a situation where the electorate was confronted with two competing models. One is the shoot and scoot style of the political startup called the Aam Aadmi Party, and then it had Modi's guarantees for development, the Sankalp of a Viksit Bharat. So I think all said and done, it was very clear to people like me, and I said this on your show earlier, we had a situation in which the Delhi electorate had already made up its mind that Kejriwal had failed to deliver. He had been repeatedly misleading the Delhi electorate. He said he will clean the Jamna Ji, he said he will clean the air pollution, he will do this, he will do that, world-class health system, world-class education, and he was finally caught and exposed. And the electorate had this clear choice of the alternate Modi's framework of development, which has been implemented throughout the country, and the electorate chose the Modi good governance is good politics model.
Yes, but Mr. Puri, one may say that one of the turning points or inflection in this election was also when Prime Minister Modi, during the course of his rally in Delhi, said that he will be continuing with all those welfare schemes that Arvind Kejriwal has announced, and then BJP said that they would be only increasing or doing some kind of top-up. So you have not really moved away from Delhi model of governance. You have essentially said that Delhi model is acceptable to you. It's only addition to that.
No, the freebies is not the Delhi model. Freebies constitute one part of the Delhi model. There's enough of Kejriwal, which is not part of any model. I mean, the fact that the river is polluted 500 times or 3,000 times more than the permissible limit. I mean, the fact that Delhiites breathe toxic air, the fact that when the air quality index becomes very poor, Delhi celebrates. I mean, they should be weeping and closing schools down when it's very poor. But it's so bad that it moves from very severe to severe and very poor, and we start being happy. No, there's a fundamental difference. One, as a central government, if we say that we promise a yojana, we will deliver on the yojana. But we had to make the statement that existing schemes will continue. Otherwise, this guy would have distorted the election for a third mandate. So we said, आपको जो world class मोहल्ला clinics में मिलता है, वो मिलता रहेगा. पर हम वहाँ पे भी corruption बंद कर देंगे. So read the fine print. But now every citizen of Delhi will be entitled not to 5 lakhs of treatment under Ayushman Bharat, but 10 lakhs. Yes, we've done more because the guy was giving nothing other than the, the Mohalla clinic, which was world class, and where dogs were occupying, and and Gaushala was there. They're all deserted. Just have a look at them. I've been to the Mohalla clinics during this campaign. Second thing, the more important thing is we will take Delhi from the existing schemes of the center, apply them in Delhi, and we will clean Delhi. The infrastructure, the roads, the garbage dump. Land is a state subject. Maria ji, no matter what you do, if the state government does not cooperate, there's nothing the central government can do. Now we will have the same party in power in Delhi, we will have in the center, and we will have programs and policies which synchronize, and one goes seamlessly into the other. So if you and I are talking on this platform, even 6 months or a year or two from now, you will begin to see the difference. When Prime Minister says, "Jahan jhugi wahi makan," it means 3,200 flats delivered to Delhi Vasis in Kalkaji. Jailer Wala Bagh, 1,800 flats. The guy didn't, this gentleman, Mr. Kejriwal, didn't implement the scheme. There are 4 verticals under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. He didn't even implement one. We got the other one done. In situ slum rehabilitation. You will see the difference. You will have, instead of the polluted Jamuna ji, you will have a fantastic, beautiful riverfront in 3 years' time on Jamuna ji.
Okay, so that's a promise that is coming in. Of course, it's among the many promises that Delhi BJP, in fact, BJP in Delhi has made. But Mr. Puri, when we look at the fact that Aam Aadmi Party hasn't really been decimated, look at their results in 2015 and 2020. They decimated the BJP, but they are still standing at 23. Of course, you're forming a government convincingly, but it's not end of road for Aam Aadmi Party. They will be a strong opposition for you. Okay, we'll try and fix that line with Hardeep Singh Puri. Sir, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. First of all, no political party ever gets decimated with the result of one election. I'm a student of history and political science. The Congress party, which had a great contribution to make, a significant contribution to make in the attainment of freedom, which started in 1885, 1886, and then was in power in Delhi for the center. Now you can say, Congress zero pe aa gayi. Congress zero pe nahi aayi hai. Congress zero se uthi nahi hai. It is a hat trick on zero for Congress. Point 1. Point 2, on the Aam Aadmi Party, It's not that they've got 43% of the vote. They have not been decimated.
Yes,
but this was a model based on a control freak from the top. What is going to be the future of the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi? What is going to be the impact of the Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab? The effect of the Delhi election? The jury is out on this one. I am not saying they got decimated, but we have gone into a comfortable, if the final results as you showing are 47 or 48 against that 23, it's not that they are an opposition. The Delhi government ruled by the BJP, with the central government by the BJP, will have a free run in development. If the Delhi government or the central government fails in correcting and making good that development deficit, yes, we'll have a case to answer after a while. But the electorate has become increasingly impatient. After the first 5 years, somehow we managed to get away that I'll do it in the next 5 years. But after 10 years, the Delhi electorate was in no mood to give Mr. Kejriwal another 5 years. And I think the challenge for us is going to be, we'll have to deliver in the first 5 years. Because they will say, Arey, aapne bhi kaha tha. So I see a very focused Delhi government under the BJP, and I'm greatly encouraged by the tweet, the social media post that the Prime Minister put out. We will leave no stone unturned for the development of Delhi. And basically the message down to the BJP cadre, the Karyakarta, the administration, is that this BJP government will deliver. It will hit the ground running from day go, and it will deliver on all promises made in the BJP Sankalp Patra.
And how tough will it be to deal with an Aam Aadmi Party which is heading the municipality?
Well, you know, I have been Housing and Urban Affairs Minister for 7 years. It's not tough at all.
Okay, but Mr.
You have to deal with them. You have to deal with them. You have to tell them that, look, there's a difference between NDMC and the MCDs. You'll see the difference in development approach there.
Okay, my last question to you. Of course, it's a day of big celebrations, and you know, you have spoken about the reason why the BJP won, but you have a huge task ahead. Delhi today is crying for help in many ways. It was seen as a half state which had crumbling infrastructure, bad air, bad water, and above all, it was, you know, crying for help, as I said. You have too much to do. Will you be able to fix Delhi immediately?
Your question contains within it the answer that you are looking for. That we have a task ahead, I have no doubt. That we have many things to do in order to make good the development deficit, I have no doubt on that. It's going to be a massive challenge. But knowing the BJP as I do, having been in the Honorable Prime Minister's Council of Ministers and Cabinet for, 8 years, I can tell you, as he said in the social media post, he will leave no stone unturned. And that is what gives me the strength to say that the Delhi government under the BJP, helped by the central government under the BJP, all the other authorities, LNDO, DDA, the land owning authorities, the Lieutenant Governor, they will all put their best foot forward. And without the constant impediments put by the Aam Aadmi Party and the derailment of Mr. Kejriwal, Delhi will now change, and change rapidly for the better.
All right, Hardeep Singh Puri ji, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts, and congratulations to you. You know, it's certainly an emphatic victory for your party, and you can say, I told you so, because over the last few weeks, ever since you started the campaigning, you have been telling me that your party is heading for a landslide victory.
Thank you very much, Maria ji. I value the relationship with you and the other members of the press too much to ever tell you that I told you so. I'm not in the telling anyone anything. All I can say is that we have derived great strength from our interaction with the press, and for you to ask us tough questions is not only your duty, but you keep us on the toes. If that were not to be the case, many of my colleagues and I may have come and taken liberties and done a bit of BSing. But we have been on our toes, and we have also known what narrative to put forward. So thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Puri, I appreciate your time here on NDTV.
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें एनडीटीवी का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो एनडीटीवी ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है, जानने के लिए देखिए हमारी स्वीट लव स्टोरी लव यापा आपके नजदीकी सिनेमा घरों में।
तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए बानी को दोगे और बानी तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए गौरव को दोगे।
और न्यूज के लिए कीप वॉचिंग एनडीटीवी।
हर 2 साल में फोन बदले जाते हैं गुच्ची।
एनडीटीवी ऐप नहीं।
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith. The world's biggest spiritual festival. The divine dip at the spiritual Sangam. A sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025.
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें एनडीटीवी का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो एनडीटीवी ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है, जानने के लिए देखिए हमारी स्वीट लव स्टोरी लव यापा आपके नजदीकी सिनेमा घरों में।
तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए बानी को दोगे और बानी तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए गौरव को दोगे।
और न्यूज के लिए कीप वॉचिंग एनडीटीवी।
हर 2 साल में फोन बदले जाते हैं गुच्ची।
एनडीटीवी ऐप नहीं।
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith. The world's biggest spiritual festival. The divine dip at the spiritual Sangam. A sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025. Big Budget Day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Fast-paced developments in Delhi now all settling down. We are giving you 360-degree view of what is happening as far as the national capital is concerned. Let's try and understand what went into making this big victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party. The sharp, in fact, upward swing of the Aam Aadmi Party coming with equally sharper decline in this election. Though their vote share, I mean, they would say that it's 44%, but still it's a 10%, almost 10% decline from what we saw in last election of 2020 in the Vidhan Sabha of Delhi. Zainab Sikandar, political analyst and columnist, is with us at this moment. We have Arnav Mitra, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. We also have Animesh Pandey, co-founder, P-Mark Projections. And also joining us at this moment is Matthew Anthony. And in the studio with me, Sujata Pandey, political analyst. Matthew represents the Congress Party, a national spokesperson of the Congress Party. Matthew, let me start by asking you, is the Congress celebrating the defeat of the Aam Aadmi Party, or are they worried about the BJP expanding its footprint in yet another state?
We have done relatively better than the last time. However, we could not open the account, which is a reality. So might as well not being worried about a BJP and an Aam Aadmi Party. We will be focusing on a lot too about what we should be doing, because nobody will disagree to the fact that 1998 to 2013 was the golden period of Delhi, because we have seen the infrastructure, we have seen the metro, we have seen the 5,000 buses, the cluster management of the buses, we have seen the CNG transition. The one who came after that one, Aam Aadmi Party, they made a lot of promises. But however, you are seeing the results. After a couple of terms, you are seeing the results. Nothing has changed in Delhi. The pollution remains even more higher, or it has reached to a standard, or it has reached to a level where we cannot even tolerate it.
Sir, but people have still
BJP,
not... Just let me add to it, because you are saying that people have seen the golden period of Sheila Dikshit's reign, but people have still not, given you any advantage. It's 2% up from the vote share. Yes, you have only played at this moment the role of defeating the Aam Aadmi Party in 10 or 11 seats.
See, we should understand that we are a national party, and irrespective of the results will have a win and lose. The winners will celebrate, the losers will have their own time. However, our politics need to continue. The politics is not coming to an end. We have a certain ideology and we believe in that ideology and we work. When the people have not given a mandate to us, we have to work hard to get the mandate. It's very clear for us from our perspective.
All right, Zainab Sikandar, but let me just also, because a lot of people are, are saying that, this is the result of the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party not coming together. Omar Abdullah also tweeted saying, "Aapas mein ladte raho," and this will be the result. But the fact remains that Aam Aadmi Party did not just make the difference between the winning and losing in 10, 11 seats, but the kind of attacks that the Aam Aadmi Party had on the the Congress Party had on the Aam Aadmi Party, including the corruption charges that were leveled against Arvind Kejriwal, helped build that momentum and the narrative against Arvind Kejriwal. What happens to the India Alliance now?
You're right. From the beginning, if you see, it's not just in the campaign leading up to the Delhi election, it's actually from the last 2-3 years that the Delhi State Congress Committee has made pointed attacks at the Aam Aadmi Party, especially related to the liquor policy scam. And they are the ones, actually, Congress was the one which was on the most highest pitch when it comes to its rhetoric against the Aam Aadmi Party and the corruption within the Aam Aadmi Party. So actually, it wasn't the BJP who started it all, it was Congress who started it all. So to say that Congress didn't dent on Aam Aadmi Party's vote share, even if it is a small percentage, I think the percentage is just 2%. But don't forget, some of the margins victory, between BJP and Aam Aadmi Party is hardly, 6,000 votes, 4,000 votes. So, you have to understand that Congress did play as a vote cutter for Aam Aadmi Party. Secondly, I would also like to point out that it is the Congress that played up the image of Arvind Kejriwal ji living in a sheesh mahal the most. It was brought up again. In fact, BJP tried to play it non-confrontational, and in fact, BJP, took a leaf out of the Aam Aadmi Party playbook and said, okay, we are going to, go ahead and, top up on the welfare schemes, like Maria was telling with Hardeep Puri ji.
Right.
So basically, Congress, I think, when it comes to alliance making and alliance partnerships, it looks like an unholy alliance every time state elections come in, because by the end of it, every 5 years during Lok Sabha, they come together and they show they're all very thick and hunky-dory together, and they're the best of friends. But when state elections come, they show they're the biggest of foes. So, it doesn't look...
Also confuses the voter, right? I mean, friends, foe, which confuses the voter as well. But Arnav Mitra, you are from the Aam Aadmi Party. I'm sure, it's a tough day for the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson to be out in the field today. But the fact remains, All right, these are some shots coming in from Haryana, where Chief Minister of Haryana, Naib Singh Saini, is seen eating, one jalebi after another. Mr. Saini is in full celebration mode there. Yamuna played an important role in this election, and Mr. Saini had gone to, you saw those visuals of drinking water from the Yamuna, and then, of course, the big charge from Arvind Kejriwal of Haryana poisoning the water. But overall, Arnab, let me ask you this. This is not just a resounding victory of the BJP. This is also the people of Delhi completely rejecting the Aam Aadmi Party and rejecting the governance model. And why I say that? Because right from Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who was at the helm of affairs for a very long time, Mr. Manish Sisodia, Satyendra Jain, Saurabh Bhardwaj, your top leadership, your top faces, the people who governed Delhi for 11 years, they have all lost.
Yes, absolutely. I humbly accept the mandate given by the people of Delhi today. Nothing more, nothing less. We have accepted the mandate humbly. Arvind Kejriwal is focused on the development of Delhi, and for the past 10 years, whatever good things have been done by Arvind Kejriwal will keep on haunting BJP, because now they have to fulfill all those things which Arvind Kejriwal has delivered. And let me remind you once again that BJP himself had admitted that there are certain welfare schemes that they will keep on continuing. That means the BJP president has already accepted this fact that there are certain welfare schemes that are going on. But today, yes, it's a sad day for us, unfortunate day for us. We lost the battle. I congratulate Bharatiya Janata Party and all the winning candidates. And I would like to say this on record that Aam Aadmi Party will keep on working for the betterment of the people of Delhi and this country.
But Sujata, you know, it's also the loss of personal credibility for Arvind Kejriwal, isn't it? I mean, there was BJP still in this election did not put out a candidate or a face against Arvind Kejriwal. They made that mistake, in few elections. They made that mistake in 2015 as well. But they have not done that this time as well. So it seems that this moment, at least in Delhi, especially with the middle class, possibly after the announcement of the budget by Nirmala Sitharaman, the trust factor in Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, and the delivery model of Prime Minister, possibly ringing more for the voters of Delhi and the middle class, especially, than Mr. Arvind Kejriwal's performance and delivery in the last 10 years.
Of course, yes, because, this was, as we all know, that this was a referendum on Arvind Kejriwal and his model of governance. And also the data shows, look at this. Now, BJP, this is by 2:36 p.m. data. The BJP is leading on 15 of the 22 bordering seat of the state of, Haryana. 9 out of 11 Haryana bordering seats. Then BJP leading on 25 out of 35 seats with more than 15% Purvanchali voter. And then 12 out of 13 seats with more than 5% Haryanvi voters also. Then BJP leading. Then also in the Jhuggi Jhopdi, out of 7, BJP is leading on 4. It's leading on out of 12 on 4 SC reserve seats. And last time Arvind Kejriwal has won all the SC reserve seats.
That's right.
So, so what does it tell you? It tells you that there is an overwhelming majority, and it's not just because of Arvind Kejriwal did not deliver. It's also because they saw PM Modi's credibility, more than Arvind Kejriwal. They believed that, this party would deliver as compared to Arvind Kejriwal.
Animesh Pandey is co-founder of PMAC. He's also joining us at this moment. In fact, Animesh, let me ask you this and understand this from you. What were the numbers that you had projected? I believe that numbers are almost somewhere close to what you had projected at this moment, the results. And the other thing I want to ask, where is it that Arvind Kejriwal is losing his voters? 10%, almost 10% decrease in his vote share, and almost 9.5% increase in BJP's vote share. Where is the BJP gaining and Mr. Kejriwal losing these votes?
Thanks, Ankit. So our prediction was roughly 45 seats for BJP and 25 seats for AAP. So we are roughly in the same range. 47 is what the ECI website is projecting. And in terms of a vote share gap between BJP and AAP, we had projected roughly 3 to 4%. In terms of why this outcome has turned out, I think AAP is a unique party in that sense that it is uniquely dependent on a lot of floating voters to be in power. And that's why it's very much dependent on pro-incumbency. So whether you see the 2019 election where they had 18% vote share. And then in 2020, they had 54% vote share. Same in 2024 Lok Sabha election. So they have a 30% floating vote, which to hold that and to retain that, you need a very strong pro-incumbency wave. And this was not there. There were obvious issues which many panelists have pointed out, whether it's on the corruption and ceasefire issue, whether it's on the garbage collection, the drinking water issue, and the pollution issue, and whether the electorate desire for the same government, both at state as central, so that probably an enhanced development can happen. In terms of what segments have chipped away from AAP and Arvind Kejriwal, I think every segment has somehow chipped away, but probably the critical segment would be Dalits, where BJP had roughly 24-25% vote share in 2020 assembly elections. And now, at least as per our data, they have gained at least 10 to 12%. That is one. In general, the male voters, we see that they lead Aam Aadmi Party by at least 6 to 7%. And even females, they just trail by 1 to 2%. So those are the critical reasons as to why Aam Aadmi Party is where it is today.
Right. You wanted to make a point, just quickly.
So when we talk about wave election, that whether the wave was for this party or that party, I think the wave is evident from the fact that earlier, if you go on the road and ask about Arvind Kejriwal, people would argue that he has done work, etc., etc. But after 2020, after COVID, the mismanagement, and then after the corruption allegations, etc., there were more and more voices that were coming out. I mean, questioning about his delivery of the promises. That's number one. Another thing, someone on the panel was talking about how Congress has helped, BJP win. I think it's a very lame excuse. You've been in power for 10 years. If there was low margin seats and the Congress party candidates have got some seat, you were supposed to, to broaden the margin. In any way, in 2020 also, there were around 17 seats where the margin was less than 10,000 and 9 seats were less than 4,000.
Yes.
And that is why Manish Sisodiya changed his seat from Paparganj and went to a safer seat where he lost as well today.
Okay.
So, it is just a passing the buck. Please accept that people have voted.
we have to give it to the Aam Aadmi Party at least that Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodiya both have very humbly accepted the result. But Animesh, there is one very interesting point before I go to my other guests. I'm just looking at the Election Commission website at this moment. I'm not talking about BJP plus, I'm only talking about the Bharatiya Janata Party. The vote difference between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP is just about 2%. Aam Aadmi Party is 43.72% and BJP is 45.80%. But when it has translated in a massive victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party, 40 plus than what they had last time. What attributes to that?
So I think we see it in many other state elections, whether Andhra is a good example, where if there's a bipolar election, even a 2% gap can make a significant impact on the seats that a party can get. So typically, if you have a 3% gap, in this case, it's a 4% gap, roughly the party that is going to win will roughly get 2/3 of the seats. 70, 2/3 is 42, it's roughly in that range. So that's what we usually see when there's a bipolar election. In this case, it was virtually a bipolar election. Congress did gain 1 or 2%, but virtually it was a bipolar election. And second point is, I think AAP has still, despite anti-incumbency, etc., the AAP has still registered 43% vote.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it was not a massive wave. It was just that there was anti-incumbency, and AAP is very much significantly dependent on floating voters and pro-incumbency, because they don't have a base vote, which and where you need very small share of the floating voters to probably come to power.
Because
so
we've seen that phenomena with the voter going to the BJP in the Lok Sabha election, coming back to the Aam Aadmi Party. In the last Lok Sabha election in 2024, the vote share of the BJP went up to about 54%. Now from there they have been able to retain. We have been able to retain that voter this time, and that is why they are somewhere around 47-48%. But Zainab, very quickly, what does this mean for Arvind Kejriwal? His politics, at least, has always been power politics. He has always stayed in power right from the time the Aam Aadmi Party came into inception. This is the first time his party is going to sit in the opposition without Mr. Kejriwal in the Vidhan Sabha.
Yes, that is the big blow to Arvind Kejriwal ji. If, Aam Aadmi Party would have lost, but at least he would have been in the Vidhan Sabha, there would still be some, charisma for him to show, in the assembly. But the problem is now he's not even there, The only representative out of all the star faces of Aam Aadmi Party is Atishi ji. So now I think Arvind Kejriwal ji, as he said right now in his very humble press, thing that he did, where he told people that he humbly concedes, he said कि अब मैं जन सेवा करूंगा. So I think he's going back to his roots. He's realizing that he's tarnished his own image, and he needs to go back to the Arvind Kejriwal of India against corruption and the whole Anna Hazare, the plank on which he came to power and people loved him. He's trying to go back to that. I think he should take to the streets if he really wants to have an impact, because right now he has no playing field. Aam Aadmi Party is just contained in Punjab and Delhi. They tried to go to Goa, they tried to go to Haryana, and they were, shunned out of those two states. So these are the only two places where he has any, work to do. And the next time that he has to prove himself is the next MCD election, and after that the Punjab election. So he has a long way to go. He needs a lot to do and a lot of introspection and Jan Seva, as he said, he needs to get into that.
Okay, on your screens you are seeing how the colors of Delhi are completely changing. They have changed in this election from that Aam Aadmi Party, which we are putting out as green, completely dominating with just few patches, few spots of the orange of the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Kesariya. But look at this, how it has changed from 2022 to 2025. Now you will find some spots of the green. Rest, everything has been conquered by the BJP. All right, let's listen in to what Haryana Chief Minister Naib Singh Saini spoke to us just a short while back. What did he say?
The Chief Minister of Haryana, Naib Singh Saini, also a BJP leader, joins us on the phone line. Mr. Saini, आपने एक बहुत ही pivotal role play किया था दिल्ली के कैंपेन में. यमुना तक आप गए थे, आपने उसका पानी भी पिया था, और आज अरविंद केजरीवाल की हार हो गई है, आम आदमी पार्टी की हार हो गई है. इसको आप कैसे देखते हैं सर?
दीदी, मैंने उस दिन कहा था कि ये झूठ बोल रहा है, इसने झूठ बोल करके दिल्ली के लोगों में भय पैदा किया है. और ये व्यक्ति, जब जिस व्यक्ति ने हरियाणा की माटी पे जन्म लिया हो, ये हरियाणा का नहीं रहा, उसी को ऊपर आरोप लगा दिया, तो ये दिल्ली का कैसे होगा? ये दिल्ली में भी ये इसको हार का मुंह देखना पड़ेगा. और दिल्ली के लोगों ने वो अपना संदेश वो दे दिया है, वो सुना दिया है फरमान, और आपदा सरकार को बाहर किया है. और दिल्ली के अंदर वहां के लोग जिन आदरणीय मोदी जी की नीतियों से, जिन योजनाओं से वंचित थे, जिनको इसने वंचित किया हुआ था, मुझे आज खुशी है इस बात की कि आज वो सब योजनाएं, वो सब जो जिनसे वंचित दिल्ली के लोग थे, उनका लाभ मिलना दिल्ली के लोगों को शुरू हो जाएगा. और इस प्रकार का इसने नैरेटिव सेट करने की कोशिश की कि हरियाणा के लोग यमुना के जल में जहर मिला करके दे रहे हैं, उसका जवाब दिल्ली के लोगों ने दे दिया है. और आदरणीय मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में हम दिल्ली के अंदर स्वच्छ जल हम पहले भी दे रहे थे. जो दिल्ली में ये केजरीवाल स्वच्छ जल देने में नाकाम रहा है, हमारी ये गारंटी है, मोदी जी की गारंटी है, हम दिल्ली के लोगों को स्वच्छ जल पहुंचाने का काम करेंगे. आज दिल्ली के लोगों ने मोदी जी की नीतियां और हमारे नड्डा जी के उस कुशल नेतृत्व के ऊपर मोहर लगाई है. हमारी तमाम उच्च लीडरशिप जो दिल्ली के अंदर लगी रही, और उसके ऊपर बड़ा विश्वास मोदी जी की नीतियों पे किया है.
मिस्टर सैनी, जब हरियाणा में बीजेपी की जीत हुई थी तो वो काफ़ी एक सरप्राइज की तरह देखा गया था, क्योंकि हमें बहुत सारों को लगा था कि शायद कांग्रेस ज़्यादा पावरफुल पोजीशन में है. लेकिन आज जब बीजेपी की जीत दिल्ली में हुई है तो ये एक्सपेक्टेड भी था. इसके साथ साथ हरियाणा के विक्ट्री का इम्पैक्ट भी इसमें दिख रहा है. आपको लगता है कि इसका एक प्रभाव पड़ा है हरियाणा में जो बीजेपी की विक्ट्री हुई थी उसका?
केजरीवाल कांग्रेस पार्टी एक ही थैली के चट्टे बट्टे हैं, दोनों भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त रहते हैं और दोनों झूठ के माहिर हैं. नकाब जो उतारा है उसके अंदर भ्रष्टाचार ही दिखाई दे रहा है. और अब मोदी जी की जो नीतियों के ऊपर विश्वास किया है, हम डट करके हरियाणा प्रदेश को, दिल्ली को, और जो विकसित राष्ट्र बनाने का आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने एक सपना देखा है, उसमें दिल्ली भी मजबूती से आगे खड़ा होकर के लगेगा.
राइट. मिस्टर सैनी, यमुना की क्लीनिंग में अब हरियाणा की तरफ से कितना कोऑपरेशन मिलेगा दिल्ली को, क्योंकि दोनों प्रदेशों में जो है बीजेपी की सरकार होगी?
देखिए दीदी, हम पहले भी जो यमुना स्वच्छ है उसको लेकर के काम कर रहे थे। हमने कभी भी, क्योंकि हमारी पवित्र नदियों को हम माँ के समान मानते हैं और उनको गंदा करना नहीं, उनको स्वच्छ, वो हमें पानी देती है, हमें जीवन देती है। परंतु केजरीवाल ने जिस प्रकार से वायदा किया दिल्ली के लोगों से और उसको पूरा नहीं किया, लोगों को गंदा पानी पीने के ऊपर मजबूर किया, तो हमारा पूरा कोऑपरेशन रहेगा, उसमें कोई दिक्कत समस्या नहीं आने देंगे।
राइट मिस्टर सैनी, केजरीवाल अपने आप को हरियाणा का बेटा मानते हैं और उस तरह उन्होंने बात भी की है कैंपेन में। आम आदमी पार्टी के फ्यूचर को आप किस तरह देखते हैं? हरियाणा में स्पेसिफिकली आम आदमी पार्टी जो एक्सपैंड करना चाह रही थी, उसको आप कैसे देखते हैं?
अब को बताना चाहता हूँ, इसका फ्यूचर नहीं है कहीं। ये एक बुलबुले की तरह था और बुलबुला फूट गया। ये ईमानदारी का ढोंग करके आया था, ईमानदारी का नकाब पहन करके आया था, ईमानदारी का चोला इनके चेहरे से उतर गया। ये जितने लोग थे जिन्होंने आम आदमी को खड़ा किया, ये लोग विकास नहीं, ये अपनी सुविधा के लिए काम करते थे।
ओके मिस्टर सैनी, आखिरी क्वेश्चन सर, जो भाषा केजरीवाल जी ने इस्तेमाल की थी कि हरियाणा का जो गवर्नमेंट है, हरियाणा के जो लोग हैं, वो हरियाणा का जो बीजेपी सरकार है वो दिल्ली के लोगों को मारना चाहती है, आपको लगता है कि इस भाषा के कारण भी लोगों में कोई नाराजगी बढ़ गई थी उनके खिलाफ?
देखिए, मैं पानी पी करके आया हूँ, मैंने कहा कि हम स्वच्छ दे रहे हैं। मैंने वहाँ माँ यमुना का पानी जाकर के आचमन किया है और दिल्ली का फिर जब इसने वहां पर जाकर के बोला, मैंने दिल्ली के अंदर भी अपना पानी भी लेकर के गया और दिल्ली जहां यमुना का पानी था उस पानी को भी दिखाया। मैंने दोनों बोतलें दिखाई, एकदम अंतर स्पष्ट आ रहा था कि ये गंदा पानी पीने को मजबूर कर रहा। इसने कोई काम ही नहीं किया। पानी को लेकर के लोग गंदा पानी पीते रहे, लोग कराते रहे, कहीं सफाई व्यवस्था नहीं, सीवरेज अटे पड़े रहे। क्या हालात इसने दिल्ली का किया। पीछे इसने दिल्ली को धकेलने का काम किया और अपनी सुविधा बढ़ा ली, शीश महल खड़ा कर लिया, शीश महल के अंदर 15 करोड़ का सीवरेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट लगा दिया। ये सारी सुविधाएं तो खड़ी कर दी, परंतु दिल्ली को नहीं मिली, दिल्ली वंचित रही उससे। अब ये चेहरा दिल्ली के लोगों ने इसका ईमानदारी का उतारा है।
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें एनडीटीवी का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो एनडीटीवी ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है, जानने के लिए देखिए हमारी स्वीट लव स्टोरी लव्यापा आपके नजदीकी सिनेमा घरों में।
तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए बानी को दोगे और बानी तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए गौरव को दो।
और न्यूज के लिए कीप वॉचिंग एनडीटीवी।
हर 2 साल में फोन बदले जाते हैं गुच्ची।
एनडीटीवी ऐप नहीं।
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip at the spiritual Sangam, a sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025. Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmakers. NDTV keeps you ahead.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip at the spiritual Sangam, a sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025. Big Budget Day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmakers. NDTV keeps you ahead.
Well, the BJP has stormed back to power in New Delhi after 27 long years. Also, it's a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party with big guns, Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia themselves losing. And what does this mean for the future of Aam Aadmi Party? Big question there. But it's a day of celebration for the BJP. In fact, the giant killer there, Parvesh Singh Verma, has defeated Arvind Kejriwal. His wife, Swati Singh, joins us now for a conversation. She is somebody who has played a pivotal role in his campaign, taking part in public rallies, campaign events, community events, and also mobilizing women, especially in the constituency, to vote for the BJP. Swati Singh joins us now. Thank you. थैंक यू स्वाति मैम हमसे जुड़ने के लिए। ये बताइए कि आज कितना बड़ा दिन है आपके लिए। आप एक पॉलिटिकल फैमिली से आती हैं। यू आर द डॉटर ऑफ अ बीजेपी लीडर एंड आल्सो द डॉटर इन लॉ ऑफ अ बीजेपी चीफ मिनिस्टर, एंड नाउ योर हस्बैंड कुड बी इन द लाइन टू बिकम द चीफ मिनिस्टर। ये दिन आपके लिए कितना बड़ा है?
आज बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी हो रही है। एवरीवन इज हैप्पी अराउंड हियर. Our family, friends, all the karyakartas, they are all happy because we have done it. Each and every person has really worked hard to the utmost level, and the result is here. The party asked us something and we have given it to the party.
Swati ma'am, you've also, as far as I know from our reporter friends and also the kind of constituency reports, you were very involved. You were mobilizing women, you took part in a lot of community events. What made you take this responsibility apart from the fact that your spouse was contesting this election?
No, I have done it always. Like from his past 3 elections, I was always there campaigning for him. In fact, I have done it for my father-in-law, for my parents, and for him also from last 3 elections. And this time, the scenario was totally different. The people were in the mood of change. They wanted a different government. They wanted a government which can work, can make New Delhi a different place. Because from last 11 years, they were just fooled around with false promises, with false narratives. But now they want that Modi ji should come here in Delhi, should help us out and make Delhi a beautiful place to live.
Swati ji, it was a very closely contested battle. It was a very heated battle. The time we used to see, Parvesh ji going to the election commission, Arvind Kejriwal complaining about something or the other, and eventually he has won by about 1,200 votes. It was a very close battle as far as New Delhi is concerned. What gave you and your family that confidence that we are winning, that right from the word go, even the Home Minister was saying, I'm sure about one seat, that is New Delhi?
Yeah. Yes, when we got the opportunity from our top leaders to contest here in New Delhi, and when we went down at the ground, the people really wanted a change. So it was just a false propaganda which was created by the Aam Aadmi Party that they are winning, but it was clear cut from the very first day that they want a change, they want a government, they want a double-engine government where the Prime Minister's Yojana, all his manifesto, everything should come to the ground. And people trusted Parvesh because he has already done it, his past 10 years experience. And his work has given the confidence to the New Delhi people that he will work for New Delhi also. So from very first day, we were sure that we are winning the seat. The top leaders were very confident that we will win the seat. And see, the result is here. He is he is a winner by more than 5,000 votes.
Right. Swati ji, in 2024, I remember when the Lok Sabha, candidate list came out, a lot of us found it very surprising that Parvesh Verma did not make it to that list. Was that a challenging time for the family, or did you find it very easy to convince people that there is another chapter that's waiting to open?
In politics, it's never an end chapter. So if you are a loyal person, and we are loyal to our party, and from very first day, our party leaders told us just wait and watch, the time will come and you will be given a new responsibility. And being a loyal person, BJP person, we waited, we worked hard, and the result is here.
Is this victory going to give your family a second chief minister, madam?
As of now, I can just say that Parvesh Verma is the New Delhi new MLA who will be working for the development of New Delhi.
Right. Ma'am, also, one of the last questions, what are the 3 qualities in your husband that you think, sets him apart from a lot of other politicians?
His nature to work hard. If he decides something, he will do it. His hardworking thing, and corruption-free work.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us at this moment. Congratulations to you. A big day for Parvesh Verma's family. Sahib Singh Verma's legacy, ladies and gentlemen, being taken forward there in the national capital by his son, who is, and we keep saying this, and people will, Parvesh Verma will keep his fingers crossed.
Yes.
Keeping naming him, but he is a very strong contender for the chief ministership for the upcoming government of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Well, for the BJP, it will be difficult to ignore the fact that, this feat of his defeating Aam Aadmi Party's Arvind Kejriwal will be something that the party will not be able to ignore. Of course, the BJP and the RSS have a different way of working well, and I'm sure that the name is already there in their mind. It's not that they will have to come together and discuss. This is something that the leadership will decide, but of course, it will be interesting to see if Parvesh Verma makes it to the CM's chair.
All right, Valmiki Nayak, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, is joining us. GVL Narasimha Rao, senior leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, is also with us. But before I go to my guest, let's first of all take you on the ground. What's happening there? My colleague joining us, Anushka, is at the BJP headquarters. Anushka, my colleague, is the residence of Arvind Kejriwal. We know that BJP, of course, will be over the moon. There are celebrations happening there. But Anushka, I want to come to you first. For the Aam Aadmi Party, the most challenging time at this moment, what's happening at Arvind Kejriwal's residence? Who all are there?
Well, Ankit, this is a completely contrasting scenario here from the high spirits of Parvesh Verma and the BJP headquarters. This remains a solitary enclave. Arvind Kejriwal's residence is, naturally quiet after the big setback, not just for the party, but for himself as well. Arvind Kejriwal lost his seat of the New Delhi constituency to Parvesh Singh Sahib Verma, and other big guns of the Aam Aadmi Party, Manish Sisodia, Avadh Ojha, these faces have also lost from their seat. Delhi Chief Minister Atishi, however, has won on her seat, and she is currently inside Arvind Kejriwal's residence. They've been, in meeting, in discussion for a while now. Earlier in the day, Raghav Chadda from the Aam Aadmi Party, a member of Rajya Sabha, was also present here. He's left, however. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann was also present inside. Dialogue is going on between the party members at this point. Arvind Kejriwal has come out with a statement. He concedes to his defeat. Even Manish Sisodia and Avadh Ojha have let out statements where they have conceded to their defeats. But these are the scenes here at Arvind Kejriwal's residence, where it's all quiet and it's all, solitary at this point.
Right. Thank you, Tanushka. We'll keep coming back to you. This clearly is one of the most difficult days for the Aam Aadmi Party. Let's go across to Anushka, and the scene would be radically different there. Anushka, tell us what is expected at the BJP headquarters. The Prime Minister is going to arrive there at 7:30, and this clearly would also, in some ways, increase the electoral high that the BJP has been enjoying with its back-to-back victories in Maharashtra and Haryana. What is the preparation that you see on ground there?
Well, certainly, Vasudha, what we are understanding from here is that all the party leaders, all the MLAs and all the BJP workers are gathered at Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. A meeting is happening there, and in a short while, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also be coming to the national headquarters headquarters, where he will be addressing all the people who in fact worked quite hard to win this Delhi election this time round. I'd like to show you some visuals also from ground here. This is National BJP headquarters, where currently celebrations are ongoing, and it seems like Holi has come in early for the people of the BJP who are celebrating this movement like anything. And also we are showing you the visuals. We can clearly see that people are dancing, singing, and in fact enjoying the high of winning this election after 27 long years. Also we are showing the visuals from the ground. This is the National BJP headquarters, where in a few hours Prime Minister will be arriving to in fact address all the MPs and LAs who have worked quite hard to win this election. And also we are showing the visuals, the exact post elected that BJP is doing. And also lots of Aam Aadmi Party leaders have said that it had a significant contribution to Aam Aadmi Party this time round with a comfortable margin. But we are seeing that the odds were in BJP's favor, and that is how the BJP has won Delhi's election after 27 years, and the celebrations are ongoing. In a short while, people will be arriving here. All the BJP's top brass will be coming here at the national headquarters, and in fact, the Prime Minister will be addressing to all of the MPs, all of the MLAs who were involved in campaigning for the election. Remember, a team was selected with all the BJP top brass, all the people who were involved in Haryana and Maharashtra's campaigning. All of them will be arriving here, and all the micromanagement that the BJP did. And remember the swing voters who we in fact also learned that there were 30% swing voters. Now they also played a huge role in BJP's win this time around. We did see people who voted for the BJP in Lok Sabha elections. All the 7 MPs in Delhi are right now from BJP, and also we saw the swing voters also working their magic here. But also we are showing you the visuals of the national headquarters, the celebration that is underway. Several of the party karyakartas have arrived here. Several of the leaders have in fact arrived here, and the Prime Minister will be also coming here.
Long party for the Bharatiya Janata Party. It's just begun. The celebrations have just begun at the BJP office. They are going to go on for a very, very long time. But let's get in our guest at this moment. GVL Narasimha Rao, I want to understand from you, sir, what has BJP done post Lok Sabha election 2024, that state after state now coming to Delhi after 27 years, you are celebrating this massive victory, sir?
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Ankit, Vasudha, all the panelists and the viewers. You see, BJP post 2024 election, we have strengthened our organizational machinery, and states that were going to polls. We have done micromanagement in a very, very serious way. And we did not want to leave anything to chance. Maximize your performance, leave nothing to chance. I think that has been the motto of the BJP. And people also having given us a smaller tally in Lok Sabha than was widely anticipated. Even people have realized that the BJP ought to have been given a bigger mandate in states like Maharashtra. People have given us fewer seats, and they have compensated more than they've compensated us significantly more, having compared the BJP's track record with other political parties. So I certainly think there is nationwide jubilation. There is
if I may ask you,
mood.
Has this election fundamentally transformed the nature of the Delhi voter, who felt it was okay to vote for Narendra Modi in the Lok Sabha elections and for Arvind Kejriwal in the assembly elections? Clearly that has changed, sir. Do you think that this election is that turning point for Delhi politics?
I don't think so, Vasudha. I don't think people have changed. It's only that they have their attitude towards political parties has changed. They have always considered BJP as a great party for governance at the national level. BJP is needed for running this country. They have given a huge thumbs up to the BJP in every parliament election for 14, 19 and 2024. But they were given the impression that Delhi would be better off with the local governance by the Aam Aadmi Party. They also thought AAP should be given a chance. And they have given a chance to Aam Aadmi Party more than once, when their aspirations have belied, when the reality of Aam Aadmi Party being a party that is steeply involved in corruption, that has betrayed public sort of trust in Aam Aadmi Party as a party that will do away with VIP culture. And you have seen Aam Aadmi Party being completely steeped in it. So having got this shocker from Aam Aadmi Party, people have realized it's better to have a party like the BJP, which is in power at the center, delivering whatever we have promised. And we have made promises to people of Delhi that they are sure that we will retain, we will keep, and therefore people have, it's at one level, it's a reposing trust, continued trust in the BJP. At another level, a complete dejection with the Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, Valmiki Nayak, let me ask this from you. I mean, of course, this is a big defeat, and of course, political parties would come and say that winning and losing elections are part of the game. But the fact remains, this is the first time in Delhi that Aam Aadmi Party would be sitting in opposition. This is not the defeat of the Aam Aadmi Party, but it also is a show of no confidence from the voters to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal himself. His image and political capital has taken a dent. Do you think that the recovery is going to be very, very difficult task ahead?
Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, a 44% vote share after 10 years of governance, in which the last 5 years we could not, or we were not allowed to perform as well as we did in the previous 5 years to that, is not bad at all. In fact, this election, as you saw, we fought against money power, muscle power, and even election commission power, which was working against us. And if you see the difference in the vote shares of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
You're looking at the silver lining, and all those things were said in the campaign. The fact remains at this moment that entire top leadership of the Aam Aadmi Party, the very model and the people, those who are projecting that model, including Mr. Kejriwal, they have all lost their seats.
I'll come to that. Let me just complete my point, which was I was saying that the low margins with which Bharatiya Janata Party has won its seat share. If you look at the vote share, there's hardly a 2% difference between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Aam Aadmi Party. That said, like I said, we humbly accept the verdict, and in fact, we congratulate the BJP. And at the same time, I want to stress that this does not change what the BJP is just because they win an election. They are still an authoritarian party, they are still an anti-democratic party, and that makes them, in my opinion, an anti-national party. As far as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, we will continue to serve the people of Delhi and fulfill our role as a constructive opposition. Now it is up to the BJP, which made certain promises to come to power. They have to fulfill those, and the people of Delhi will not forgive them if they start stopping the schemes that the Aam Aadmi Party gave them, the schools and hospitals which the Aam Aadmi Party constructed for them. And if the BJP starts, their mafia raj on electricity, water, and everything else like it used to be.
But it will be unfair. It will be unfair to call the party who's winning Delhi anti-national party. Let's just not use these kind of words. People have possessed their faith in the BJP.
Okay, JVL wanted to respond to that, Mr. Rao.
I think, let me just complete, I cannot interrupt you.
We have come to power for the third time in
let Mr. Rao respond to that.
Hold on, let Mr. Rao respond to what you're saying.
We have come to power for the third time in Delhi, in central government. We have won a third time election in Haryana. We have won a third time election recently in Maharashtra. And we are winning big in Delhi after having lost 3 successive elections. I think people have spoken their mandate. People have given their mandate. They have clearly chosen Bharatiya Janata Party as the party to lead this country and lead Delhi. Just because you have lost, everybody else doesn't become mafia. I think you represent the real mafia. And what kind of anti-national forces Aam Aadmi Party aligned with in Punjab is no secret. So today is not a day. I think some amount of reflection is what is expected of Aam Aadmi Party, but it is possibly a little too much to expect from them.
Also, let's take a look at what Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, also somebody who possibly addressed maximum rallies in Delhi. He has reacted on the Delhi election results. Let's listen into what he said.
मैं दिल्ली में विजयी हुए सभी प्रत्याशियों को, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को हृदय से बधाई देता हूं और आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी दिल्ली में कमल खिलाने के लिए हृदय से अभिनंदन करता हूं। मां यमुना के तट पर बसी हुई दिल्ली विकास का रसास्वादन करेगी और दिल्ली वासियों को उन सभी वेलफेयर स्कीम का लाभ प्राप्त हो पाएगा जिसमें बैरियर का काम दिल्ली के अंदर आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार पिछले 11 वर्षों से कर रही थी।
Okay, UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath there speaking on Delhi results. Also, the Congress's role in this election, Ankit, has been very interesting. Let me ask the Congress.
It's very interesting that in this result, two parties which are happy at the defeat of the Aam Aadmi and the Congress, though the Congress has not opened their account. But go ahead.
Sujata, how do you see this, ma'am? Is the fact that the opposition space to the BJP reducing, is that something that is of concern to the Congress party, or the fact that you've managed to regain some of your lost seat share in Delhi, is that something that makes you happier today?
The BJP must be extremely happy because they are the ones who pitted the BJP, the Aam Aadmi Party. So I consider it the B team of the BJP. And since Mr. Arvind Kejriwal was not willing to cede ground to the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. GVL will be extremely happy today, as will his party. And congratulations on a great win. And as far as the Congress party is concerned, you wait and watch. In 2030, we are going to be back, or whenever the next elections happen, because you know the history of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Delhi. We only had one term where they completed their term, but Sheila Dikshit ji's time is obviously not remembered by the present generation because they didn't really see what she had done. And gradually people will, since a lot of people are understanding and people are moving towards the Congress party, we have increased our vote share and we will further increase it. It is, it was the BJP strategy.
May I very humbly add, you're already thinking of 2030. But a party which is at this moment is at number 3 with 6% vote share. You've only added 2% of vote as far as your vote share is concerned. You think that in 2030, is that what you did in 2025 was preparation for 2030? It's far way ahead, ma'am.
No, not at all. Ankit, what I'm trying to say is that after the results, when you analyze, because we gave it our best shot, nobody can say that we were not really there, because we are the ones who brought the scams of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal to the forefront. And make no mistake, we will continue doing that even now. So if the BJP thinks that they've come into power and we are going to be quiet about it, that's not going to happen. But secondly, whenever there is a period of transition which begins, there is always confusion. And there must have been confusion in the minds of the people. I was hoping that our percentage would also be better. We would open our account also. But do not forget that we were demeaned, derogated, defamed by the Bharatiya Janata Party and that the India Against Corruption law, which ended up becoming the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, whenever there is transition, there is confusion, and this was the beginning of that transition, is what I was trying to say.
It will be a very long road if the Congress is already hoping 5 years back. But can I ask you one very quick question before Vasudha takes it over? Omar Abdullah is a partner in the India Alliance. He has tweeted and he has said, "Aapas mein ladte raho," and the BJP is winning. At least he's worried about the BJP's increasing footprint while you are celebrating the defeat of an alliance partner.
I don't know whether Mr. Omar Abdullah is saying that to the Aam Aadmi Party, because it is the Aam Aadmi Party which followed the Congress Party and cut into their vote share by talking about the same issues as the Congress Party does, whether it was Uttarakhand, in the Northeast also they ended up there, or Goa, or other places. They never went to a ball. And it shows that we have a strategy in mind, and we do understand that the Bharatiya Janata Party has, and now after the result, that people have not really appreciated the Aam Aadmi Party, and it is not a vote for the BJP per se, because when Mr. Modi was riding high in 2015 and 2020, it was Aam Aadmi Party which won. So one more important thing is that Ramesh Biduri has lost and that communal politics has not worked. So I just hope that you were showing what Mr. Parvesh Verma is going to be pitted as probably one of the strong faces. So we are not going to have a strong face, but they will be ruling Delhi in the name of Mr. Modi. So what is going to happen? What happened in Tripura? 3 chief ministers, Uttarakhand 3 chief ministers, and Gujarat, the entire cabinet.
Yeah, GVL Narasimha Rao, as somebody who has also been a psephologist, sir, tell me this one thing. I know Arvind Kejriwal has been, politically more potent as a rival to you in many ways, even than the Congress. Tell us, he's somebody who, who talks about Hindu pride. He's somebody who's a Hanuman Bhakt. He's somebody who's also at some point appealed to the middle class. This victory against Arvind Kejriwal and his party, tell us how emotively, how politically significant is it for the BJP? Because he's also in some ways, he was in some ways more potent than the Congress party to take you on.
Vasudha, I think 10 years ago, 7 years ago, if you had made this comment, I would have possibly said perhaps yes, he could become sort of a bigger political party and could possibly take a large slice of the Congress support. But today, no. I think even before this result, Arvind Kejriwal proved to be a failure outside Delhi and Punjab. They went into Gujarat, they could get nothing. They went into Goa, got nothing. They contested very seriously in Haryana. They could not manage to do anything. They tried in Uttar Pradesh, they did nothing. They tried in Uttarakhand, nothing. I think in all these states, Aam Aadmi proved to be a complete dud. So therefore, we don't, even before this victory for us, Kejriwal ceased to be a political challenge for the BJP on a scale outside NCR region, you can possibly call that. But today, after this defeat, Kejriwal ceases to be an important force within the opposition grouping also, because having lost his own seat, he not only loses the political heft, he has also lost political morality.
Sir, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you here, but Haryana Chief Minister is speaking at this moment on Delhi's victory. Let's listen in.
किसान, महिला, युवा और हर वर्ग के लिए जो मोदी जी की लगातार योजनाएं चल रही थी दिल्ली में, वहाँ के लोग उन योजनाओं से वंचित थे। और दिल्ली में एक ऐसी आपदा सरकार जो ईमानदारी का नकाब पहन करके बैठी थी, परंतु भ्रष्टाचार उसकी रगों में था, हर रग में उसका भ्रष्टाचार था। दिल्ली के लोग पिछले 10 वर्षों से गंदा पानी पीने पर मजबूर थे। दिल्ली के लोग अपना अगर कोई बीमारी आ जाती थी, इलाज कराने के लिए मजबूर थे। दिल्ली के लोग जो इन्होंने कहा था कि हम अच्छे स्कूल देंगे, उस शिक्षा से वंचित थे। और आज दिल्ली के लोगों ने नरेंद्र मोदी जी की उन जन कल्याण नीतियों के ऊपर मोहर लगाई है, मोदी जी के कामों के ऊपर मोहर लगाई है और आपदा सरकार को बाहर किया है। अपनी कमियों को छुपाने के लिए केजरीवाल साहब अपनी कमियों के आरोप दूसरे के ऊपर लगाने में माहिर थे। और दोनों के दो, कांग्रेस और केजरीवाल, एक ही थैले के निकले व्यक्ति हैं। केजरीवाल का जो विचार है वो कम्युनिस्ट विचार है और उस विचार को उसको अपने से मतलब है, दिल्ली से कोई मतलब नहीं था। दिल्ली के लोगों को सुविधाएं मिलनी चाहिए, उससे कोई मतलब नहीं था। दिल्ली के नाले, दिल्ली के सीवरेज, दिल्ली की गलियों में पानी, जो लोगों ने पिछले 10 वर्षों का वो अत्याचारी शासन सहा है, आज दिल्ली के लोगों ने उस आपदा को बाहर किया है, मोदी जी की नीतियों पे मुहर लगाई है। मैं आदरणीय प्रधान